Good morning. I hear it's a delay when I come on here, so I'm going to go slowly. That was a tribute to my friend Miss Huckabee, if she's here. And if she isn't, she'll rewatch it and see. Anywho, welcome to Weekend Eats. I'm Casey, if you don't know me already, but my family that's always here, ride or die, they know who I am. And for those of you who are just tuning in, that's who I am. Yeah, it is. I hope that everyone had a great week. Well, I sure did. I'm sorry I'm a little late. We were having some real technical issues with this computer today. I don't know. I tell you, nothing wants to, it's always something that tries to keep you from being great. But see, what we don't do is give in to the dying of the light. You feel me? So, I have news. But I'm going to keep you hanging on a cliff until I tell you. This week, we're going to be going down to Louisiana and doing some po' boys. Well, usually you will see a po' boy with shrimp or crayfish or something like that, some type of shellfish. However, they have po' boys made with fish fillets. So you can do things like catfish, you can do tilapia, you can do flounder if you want to do. Today, I'm doing some fresh tilapia. It looked really good in the grocery store. And I'm going to make a wonderful sauce to go with it. It's going to be magnifique. Yes, it is. Because I'm a Casey Isaac. You know how that goes. Also, I have a confession. I've been cheating. Yes, I've been cheating. I've fallen in second love with that espresso I had last week, that Nescafe dark. Hello, Bobo to Love. How are you this weekend, rather? How was your week? Hope it was good. As I was confessing, Bobo to Love, I have been drinking that Nescafe espresso every day. I have some now. I've been really tired this week, for real. So it's like either drink this and not have to put a whole half a bottle of regular instant coffee in, or do the instant coffee that I love, which I will always be a Folgers fan, and drink that. So this weekend, with the exception of today, because I'm a little fatigued. I tell you, being 26, man, your mind says something else. The body it's not capitulating, but hey, I'm working on it. And it really is good. I didn't think that I'd be able to handle the strength of that coffee without sweetener, the espresso, because, okay, Beautiful Assistant makes it and they have instructions. I got to have it. If it's 2 teaspoonfuls, I got 2 tablespoonfuls. Okay, so you can imagine how strong this stuff is. However, I don't have to drink that many of them. I drink like one, regular cup size or whatever. Espressos, usually they have them in little small cups. But I drink a regular cup of that, I'm straight. So if I'm a little bit energetic, you know why. Y'all know. I'd be extra. It's not that deep, but it does pep you up. It really does. Also, we're going to be exploring some meatless Mondays meals. So I called it Meatless Monday meal because I have had my sister Pam, and she probably doesn't remember, many years ago, she made a vegetable lasagna. Now, I had never eaten vegetable lasagna because, honey, in my house, meat rules. Even as a child, there was no such thing as not having meat. That wasn't an option. So she made some meatless lasagna, and I had made it several times and everybody liked it. I just haven't done it in so long. So that's one thing, but I have some other recipes too that, just one day a week sometimes, and it's economical. Hey, you mean I have all that money to buy a $20 piece of meat or whatever the case may be, but you still want to eat well. You still want the food to taste good and just to have some alternatives. So we'll be talking about that. And of course, my home cooking story. I always got a story, and that's pretty much where we're going to be at. But first, I am going to tell you about my obsession, my coffee, my new espresso obsession. So Y'all all know how I got started. For those of you who were not around and didn't see this, last week I decided to venture out and try a different instant coffee because I am the Folgers girl. I am the instant coffee Folgers girl. That's who I am all day long. You cannot point me in any direction other than that. Well, I decided to get some Nescafe coffee. I seen something on TikTok or something. It was some concoction somebody was making with Nescafe coffee, but it wasn't espresso. But I saw that they had espresso, and I do like espresso. So I said, hey, let me give it a try. It was good last week. It really did. I drank the whole cup, which is something I normally don't do on camera because I'm always, moving, talking, whatever, and it goes to waste. But I drank all of that because it's very smooth, believe it or not. The blend is so smooth until you really don't realize that you're drinking it all. So that's one thing, but it does pack a punch. But I will tell you this, when, after the excitement is over and the caffeine is wearing off, you don't feel it. So you don't feel like a drop. I mean, at least for me, I never really felt all of this, bing, bing, bing stuff that people say, but it's new. However, I found myself this week, oh yeah, give me some of that espresso stuff. Hey, I'll take one of those espresso things. Yeah, I'll save the Folgers for later. And it seems like other people were liking it too, who will remain nameless, who's probably in this chat, my husband, okay? Because my whole bottle of espresso seemed to disappeared it, okay? I told y'all, every time I bring something in this house, they can never have thought about it. I could bring in a piece of paper that looks like a hamburger and look like I like it. Then everybody was nothing is sacred in this place. So anyhow, then I had to go buy some more because I had about this much left. Of course, the store that I got it from originally, I tell you that, y'all think I'm playing. Whenever it's something that I find in a grocery store that I've never gotten before and I try it and I like it, if I go back, trust and believe they're out of it. And yes, they were out of it. So I had to scour 4 or 5 or 6 different stores in order to find this espresso. So I could have some for today and tell you how I was cheating. I was being bad. But not to worry, Folgers. I'm talking to the Folgers over there, my little coffee station. I still love you. You're my friend. So let me take a little sip here. It's good. It's strong. Put some hair on your chest, but it's good. All right. So, yeah, I spilled the beans. I had to tell everybody. What did you say?
I said literally.
Yes, I did. Oh, she's trying to be funny. You need your microphone because I didn't hear you. See, they would have thought that was a funny joke, but guess what? She didn't plug in her mic. They couldn't hear you. Okay, it's not going to speak languages. Just use it already. Okay, good grief. Either that or come sit closer to me so they can hear you.
Am I not projecting right now? Can everyone hear me currently? Because I can speak at this volume perfectly fine.
Okay, let's see how long that lasts.
Woo-woo. We'll see.
It'll never happen.
Let's see how much you actually want them to hear what I say.
Yeah, I want them to hear what you say because there's no one better. Nobody does it better than me. I can cut you like a knife with this tongue. You know it. You can't think faster than I can talk. No, you know you can't. Yeah. For real. Hey there, Cosmic King. How are you? Oh, Cosmic King co-signing. I can hear you. Let's see how long that'll last. Anyway, like I said, I like espresso. When I found some instant espresso, it was on like popcorn. I'm like, yay, let's try this. It's convenient, and the quality is good. I mean, I haven't gone around tasting it. I've tasted espresso other places. Hey, it tastes the same to me. It's nice and bold and it's really smooth. So I really can't complain, and I'm now bona fide espresso. Anytime you get something new, you kind of overdo it. So what will happen is I will eventually segue back into the Folgers, or I'll, go back and forth or whatever. It'll be more so if I put the espresso in the pantry. If it's sitting there with the coffee, it'll get made. I already know this. So maybe I'll hide it so I can toggle between the two.
But that lets you know that it's good, that she feel like she needs to hide it.
Yes. I ain't even trying to play.
That tells you something.
I'm not even trying to play. I am telling you. Okay. It's just like last night. I decided that, like I said, I'm still trying to get my life right, eat a little better, but I ain't getting rid of everything. Anyhow, so I saw this woman on YouTube and she had kettle chips that were cooked in avocado oil. So I said, okay, they did have fewer carbs and, they used a little sea salt and stuff. So it was a little bit healthier. It's still a potato chip. I don't care what you say. And it's about how many you take, how many you eat. And so I just, like I said, I've been really good for the last 3 days. So I said, I just need something, with a little salt to it. So I ordered these potato chips when I went to the grocery store yesterday for the show. And so they came, and I'm not big on kettle chips because they're so freaking hard. So that was one thing that kind of almost threw me off. But when they came, I ate 4, 5 of them. That's it. I think the serving size was maybe like 10 potato chips or something. But I ate 4 or 5 of them. I folded that thing up and I walked across the hall and I gave them to beautiful assistant. Because you know what? I knew that if I kept those chips in that room, I probably would have just not even been paying attention and putting those chips in my mouth. And that ain't what I want to do. Okay, so I know when to hold them and when to fold them. Pam, you like that, don't you? Yes, we were talking about that song yesterday.
I know songs.
Yes. What's the name of the song then, beautiful assistant?
I don't know the name of it, but I know the song.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say it was
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is it Clint Eastwood? What? Oh my goodness. Clint Eastwood was an actor. Okay. And he acted in a lot of Westerns, and I've seen them all because my daddy loved Westerns. So yeah, I've seen them all. Listen, my father loved Westerns. And so as I was growing up, hey, 100 Rifles, all the Clint Eastwood ones. I mean, everything that had, it's like, if there was a Western, he was watching it, and I was watching it too. And I'm even down to, and I don't even know if he watched, they had a sitcom called Gunsmoke. I used to love watching that. They had, the sheriff's name was Matt Dillon. For all of you people in the 26-year-old range, you probably remember that. Exactly. So yeah. So I was all into that. I didn't go around having on cowboy boots and stuff, but yeah, I did like Westerns. I really did. Okie dokie. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what the ingredients are. The ingredients are to make this po' boy. Now, I'll be honest with you. It's going to be a big sandwich. So you might want to share it with someone if you don't have a big appetite, because it's a lot of bread, which I think I'm going to kind of cut some of that down because my husband complains about things, break too much bread, but then he goes to the deli and gets these big, anywho. So I just think he just likes to make me miserable, just got to say something. You know how folks always got to say something. Okay. All the time. Got to say something. Okay. You wait. When I get famous and I'm going to have no cooking in my house, I'm going to get one of those machines that can replicate stuff. Yeah, they probably got one. I know they do. You just have to be rich to get one. I'm going to get a replicator and I'm going to program my recipes in there and I'm going to press some buttons and it's going to pop out. Then you can blame the machine. Because boy, oh boy, I'm telling you. Anyhow. Okay, so help me, beautiful assistant. She's going to go over there and she's going to bring somebody to, and it's not a lot. First of all, the biggest thing is going to be the sauce. Okay, now with this, you can use tartar sauce, you can use mayo, you can use whatever you want. And I hope that I am pronouncing this correct. And so let me just make sure before I go over here and botch it up. Because yeah, let me see if I can make if I can say this right. Okay, it's called remoulade. Remoulade. So I guess it's French. It's a sauce, and the sauce is very good. And it's based with mayo. It's going to have some heavy whipping cream, which I will have that. I don't think that she has it out there because I want to stay in the fridge and try to make it up. But I think I'm going to make the sauce up first so I can stick it in the fridge and let it chill while I'm frying the fish.
Okay. Wait. So let me get the cream.
So, like I said,
cream and sweet relish.
I need some sweet relish. I need some heavy whipping cream. Now, you don't have to go this deep if you don't want to do this. You can use tartar sauce, and you can add some of these things into it. But you guys know what heavy whipping cream is. This is what it is. And I have some little sweet relish here, which is going to go in there. I'm going to do some mayo. It's going to go in there. And give me a second, so because when I tell you I am so tired, I can't. I usually can't see, but I really can't see. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Gulden spicy brown mustard. I could not find that anywhere. So the store brand had one and it says spicy brown mustard. You can use this. You can use Dijon mustard. You can use a Cajun mustard too, which I ain't trying to go all there. Or, whatever. I like this. This is really good. It gives a nice little kick. You're going to have your garlic powder. You will have some Tabasco sauce if you like it really hot. Like I said, I do the Frank's hot sauce because it's not overly hot, but it gives you that little kick.
Do you want any of the hot sauce?
But any hot sauce, I use Frank's. We might also start going back this direction.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do a little onion powder on here. And we got some Cajun seasoning. Now, I usually will not go for name brand because it costs more money, and it's the same thing. Cajun seasoning is very basic. It's salt, pepper. It has garlic powder. It has basil. It has oregano in there. There's going to be lots of paprika. So that's what, and cayenne pepper. So that's really your basic Cajun seasoning. Of course, you can do it up the way you want. I ain't trying to have to do all that. So this is the substitute they got me. I have never used Weber's Cajun seasoning before. I really don't use Cajun seasoning. Let me be totally honest. It's rare. Usually I will make up my, with the seasons I have my own. I'll do that. But I'm gonna give this a try, and I'm gonna let y'all know what I think about this. Okay. Horseradish. You will be adding horseradish to this sauce, just a teeny tiny bit. Now, horseradish tends to be hot, and they had one that said really hot, so I decided to go for the one that really didn't say that. So I'm just gonna put a teeny tiny bit in there just to see if it ups the flavor. You don't have to do that because I'm debating on whether I'm going to do it. Okay, like I said, you have the paprika, you have some thinly sliced. I said the garlic powder. Now I don't know whether or not I'm going to know. This right here. The celery is, you can use fresh. I like to use this. I told you the dried celery. I love that. It just has a good flavor.
And then I go in the sauce? This
is going in the sauce. Okay. These are the things that are going in the sauce, y'all. Okay. And finally, I am going to, they know I'm putting Casey's blessing in everything. I'm going to tell you like this. When I am going back to an egg, right? And that happens. My request is that they sprinkle some Casey's blessings over that area, where I am no more. Yeah, because I need seasoning on my way to the next life. That's happening. So Casey's blessing is going in there. You don't have to do this, but if you want to get all-purpose seasoning, just put a little bit in there. You can, because it ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Catman's here. This all. The Catman?
Oh, hi. How are you? I'm looking. How are you this morning? You know what I'm looking? She's looking over at my Alexa. I can't say the word because then it'll come on. And I'm looking to see, maybe somebody's at the front door, because I'm going to tell you, for the first time ever in my entire existence in this neighborhood, and we've been here, oh God, over 20 years. Do you know it was a cat outside?
Oh, was it?
That cat was it was going, meow. It was like on television. It almost sounded like it was a big cat, because I remember seeing the cat when I came in. somebody's cat was loose, and he obviously or she wanted to get inside. And I've never really experienced the sound of a cat making cat calls, I guess. I'm like, what in the world? And
over here and get me.
that cat was, because he's very quiet where I am. So if you make noise at night, it echoes. And the cat, I'm like, is it hurt? What's wrong? But I just think it just wanted to go inside or wherever. And then eventually it stopped. But that was odd because, so when she said that, I'm looking to see if maybe it went across my, you can't say that. Okay, because she'll come on. Just
My
so
bad.
you
I'm
can't say
sorry.
that, right? Okay, anyway, where I can see out my front door. Anyhow, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We will talk about this lovely fish po' boy we're about to get into. So
wait, before you move forward, I'm gonna say, should we show them the flour and stuff?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not finished yet. Okay, that was only the sauce. So the sauce is going to be really the feature, because you're frying fish, you're going to season it, you got to fry it just right, but it ain't that hard. Okay, so the fish, I would love, her favorite part is frying the fish.
Yeah, I love that part.
What you say? What the heck is a CDS, cash distribution? Okay, you know what,
service?
I'm too sleepy for corny this morning, Cosmic King. Okay, so I like, a lot of people will use cornmeal. I used to do that too, but I find that I like using flour. You can use cornmeal. Some people will batter it with breadcrumbs. They'll do a whole lot of stuff. I am all about, and I'm not going to even lie, I need to be able to have the integrity of whatever my meat, fish, whatever it is, if I am frying it, that needs to come through. I don't want to starve the show for my chicken, my fish, whatever, to be the crust. You need, because like I say, I flavor everything. So I want you to know you're eating some fish versus eating a piece of chicken. Point in case, you go to a fast food restaurant, they have all the same breading on it, and the breading tastes flavorful. Sometimes it's good. But then when you bite into, you really, if you close your eyes, you can't tell the fish from the chicken because there's so much on there. I'm at home, I do me, you do you. So I'm not going to tell you what to use. They have these mixes that they have at the store too, fish fry mixes. You can use that. I like this. So you can either use that. I'm going for my keto flour because I love the way it browns. And guess what? Because it is, how many carbs is in this thing? It is 4 carbs. 4 carbs in this in a quarter cup. I'm not using that much flour for me because I'm trying to be good. So I'm going to do this. So you have this option too. This is some good stuff. It doesn't change the taste of anything. It just does not metabolize in your system to spike your glucose level. So if you're trying to do the right thing and still get some of the things you want, this is the way to go.
Ooh, you can actually make bread with this.
You can make bread with it. You can make biscuits with it. Do you hear what I said? Yeah.
3-carb bread.
That's
crazy.
You can make a bread that's only 3 carbs. So what else do I have? And then, of course, I'm going to put my seasonings in it. I'm going to put some cayenne pepper I'm going to put it in my flour, season my flour. I'm going to season my fish. I'm going to put some cayenne pepper, a little bit of Cajun seasoning on. I'm not going to make it too hot, but it is going to be, flavorful. I'm going to do the Casey's blessing. I'm going to do a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, just a dash of that. And you will see in the flour. The key to your fried foods, you must, if you do not season your batter, your flour, your whatever, it ain't going to be hitting. I'm telling you, it's not going to be hitting. Trust me. So once we get all of these ingredients together, I have 2 beautiful, and that's what you did not show.
Oh, the fish.
No, not the fish. Oh, yeah, we can see. I'm going to show you the fish because they're really pretty. And the rolls. So it's all about the bread for this po' boy thing. Okay. So I was able to get 2 nice, beautiful French rolls. Now, I ain't going to make it this long. I'm going to cut it so people can have it at a good size. But this is very soft, very nice. You lightly toast it, and you get your remoulade sauce on there, and you put it on. Well, anyway, you're gonna see. Y'all gonna be drooling and want some. Okay, so take that back, and of course, this is my tilapia, and this feels like it's about 3 pounds of this stuff. Yeah. But as you see, tilapia is very, very, clear, and it's very fresh. You can tell when fish is fresh when it don't smell like fish. Fish is supposed to smell like the sea. It's not supposed to smell like the subway in New York. I'll just tell you. Okay. If you get to smelling like that, you need to take it to the G file. So let's get started. Why don't we? So I'm gonna do that sauce first.
Should I put the fish back in?
Put the fish back. I'm gonna do the sauce first because being that you're making this, I don't want the sauce to be runny. I want the sauce to be thick. So when it gets slathered on that bread, it's gonna do its thing. Okay, I need one of those silver bowls with the top, the smaller one, and I'll get over here. I'm gonna drink this coffee. Y'all need to know.
I believe her.
So, no one told me how their week was. Yeah. Mine was good. So, do y'all want me to tell you why mine was good?
I want to know.
You want to know why? I can tell you. Because guess what? I need that one with the top. That's it. Okay. My week was good because of you guys. I told you guys last week that last week's shows would get me all the way in there. That would get me all of my watch hours. And it did just that. What they did, man, when I tell you they tease you. So after the show, right, you have to wait the next day. Usually they say within a week it'll update. I know I have more than enough hours to get where I need to go. But they kept giving me like 1, 2, 5. That finally, I say by Thursday, they all came in. So I'm looking for all of this fanfare and balloons and emails to be sent to me. They have something called YouTube Studio that are for people that are content creators. There you look at your stats and stuff like that. So I went to see where I was because they have a little bar that shows you when you get to whatever number. When you get your 1,000 subscribers, your 500, your 4,000 watch hours, 3, whatever. So I go to look at it and it wasn't there anymore. What was there is, I think it says something about you're in there or something like that. That was about it. That was all the fanfare. I didn't get any woohoo. So it's like, okay, then now the party really begins. So got to step on my game. Yes, I do. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening over the next couple of weeks because I got to get things set up. And because first I got to get over the shock that I really am in. Okay, that's number one. I will tell you this. It's a lot. It is a lot. And if you are not prone to reading and you don't get the proper advice, it's a lot. It's not easy. It just gets even more difficult. So I'm going to have to subscribe to what I always do. And that is what? Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. I'm going to be reading lots and lots and lots. So, but I can do anything. And thanks to you guys, I'm going to have that opportunity. So thank you so much. I had to share. So give yourself some hearts. Woo! That's right. That's so and yes, my sister, that was Kenny Rogers. Yes. So she's talking about that song. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold. It's called The Gambler. That's the name of the song, The Gambler. So that's why he would say hold them and fold them, because he's playing poker.
Oh, okay. So that's a literal song about poker.
Yeah, it's a song about he's a gambler. He has to know when to hold the cards, when to fold them. It's poker. It's poker terms, but it can be anything. It can be life. It can be life.
I've always attributed it. I have no idea. It's interesting to learn the actual, origin behind things.
Well, if it's to be known and I can find it out, I'm gonna know it, because I guess I'm a trivia person. I'm taking off this jewelry here, and I'm gonna get over here. I'm gonna turn this way. Let's see if I can get that closer. Okay. And if you heard noise in the background, that was my dryer. I was doing some laundry, so just in case. I didn't mean for that to still be going. Someone said they won't turn it off, but they didn't.
No one heard anything.
You don't know what they heard, okay?
Oh,
you have no idea. All right, so Let me get over here. And do I have mail that's already open? Because I really don't want to.
You do. I think I was
open that up.
Yeah, I was just trying to have it for visual.
No, but it's not that much, so.
You still need some.
Go figure. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need some because it's gonna be a bit of sauce. I need my, and I know I have cream.
Yeah,
cream that's
the one
open.
that's out. Did I not leave it out? Yeah, there's an open one.
Yeah, let's see. You know, we keep cream in this house because that's what I'm drinking my coffee. Real cream. Has less carbs.
And it tastes so much lighter.
Yeah, it tastes good.
Like, you
okay.
can really see the difference now that you've had it without.
Right. I can taste. I'll put it this way. Before, when I was putting sweetener in my coffee, you know, the Splenda and stuff, I couldn't tell. But immediately, even with this espresso, and it's very strong, just putting that cream in it, I can taste the sugar in the cream. Because I haven't had sweetener in so long. Okay, so I'm going to get a couple of knives over here. And I'm going to use it to mix up so I can throw this away. But let me get this. Ooh. And now I'm going to tell you the measurements they have. I'm not using those measurements because I have to make according to my family. But I will tell you, I don't need to use them. I know how much they're going to need, and they're probably going to want some for later. So I'm going to give you the ingredients that they have, including the things that I use to step it up. Okay? So they say 1.5 cups of mayo. So I'm going to put this mayo in here. What's left of this. Okay, which that was it. It went it went in and it went splat. So when you got enough in here, it pours out nice. But when you don't have enough in here, it goes plop and it splat. So yeah, it said it's the final countdown. You know, so yeah. All right, let's get that in here. Now I gotta sit here and open this up. Yep, there you go. All right, let's see. Why do I do this myself? You know, because it's like I know I got my nails done and it is hard to get this stuff off. Okay, let's see. Okay, there you go. So I'm not going to even put the top on here. So like I said, they said 1.5 cups. I may do that. I may do 2. So let me just squeeze my, remember, you're doing 1.5 cups because you're following the recipe. And yeah, I'm following my mind. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so we had 1.5 cups of mayo. Wait. Okay, I may need some more. Look like I need more of that 1.5 cups. Okay, because I'm not trying to have watery. I think I'm gonna do more mayo than I do the cream. Okay, so they're saying 1/3 cup of cream. I'm probably just gonna go do a little dollop like Daisy. Okay, so I'm going to take it. They say 1/3 cup. So I'm going to go a drizzle. Okay, a drizzle. And then, I swear, everything is brand new. I had to sit here and try to figure this one out. Yes. I keep telling you I'll do my nails every week, right? Because I can't be looking toe up. I'm walking around in the moo-moo, you know. So, yes, I got to do my nails. But then I forget that sometimes this stuff is just coming from the store and I haven't opened it yet. And if I do certain things, I'll mess up my manicure. Do I want to do that now?
Okay, well, there you go.
Okay, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So with the horseradish, they're saying 2 teaspoonfuls. Because I don't do horseradish, I'm going to take a little bit on this and put it in there. So you can do more, you can do less. It's about what you want to do. I choose not to. So I'm going to put...
hold on. So, hey, I got a message from Teresa. She said, I just want to bring it to your attention that the second commercial since was telling us about the monetizing. That was second one I just... Okay, so apparently your live now has commercials.
My live has commercials?
Yes.
Really?
So there was an ad before, and apparently she just got 2. She had 2 ads.
You're kidding me.
That's what Teresa said.
So what?
You might want to check your thing later.
I guess I am. I'm really in there, y'all. I got commercials. Can you believe that? I have commercials.
She's a real girl.
I'm a real girl. I I'm Pinocchio. I'm Pinocchio. Yes, wow.
Hey, that's exciting.
How cool is that? So y'all get a rest. Y'all get to get a rest, right, of looking at me. You can get them breaks. You get a break to run and get something, and so you don't miss anything.
Yeah, that's a break.
My question is this, Teresa: when the commercial came on, did it come right back on and leave off where I was? That's what I want to know.
What it does is it pushes that person, like it pauses, so it's no longer live. They would have to make it real time again.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, y'all let me know how that worked out for you. Okay, so I put a little bit of this. They're saying put a third of this 2 teaspoons of horseradish. So they're trying to really hit it up hot. I'm not trying to do that. So I'm going to put some real garlic in here if I have some. That's what I didn't get. I need to get some garlic before tonight. Some of the minced garlic.
I was about to ask you if you could do it. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm here. Teresa asked if it was anything being missed while the commercial was in progress, and then she said, "No, well, I had to press the button."
Yeah, to skip it if you wanted to.
And because I got tired of looking at the commercial. Okay, so when you skip the commercial, does it put you right back in the show as like in live mode, or are you having to push your progress back to live when you finish the commercial?
It puts you right back to me. I'm talking right after you skip it.
It's gonna put you back to talking, but you may be at a later point in the video.
Okay, are you at the same point in the video that you left off, or is it in a later point when you come back? I'm interested to know. I'm going to use some minced garlic in mine. They're saying to use some powdered garlic powder, a teaspoon. I'm going to use 2 squirts of minced garlic because I'm feeling it. Yes, I am. Okay, what did she say? Nothing?
Not yet.
Okay, so that'll be my teaspoonful. I'm using a teaspoonful of the minced garlic. I would suggest using this. It's going to taste a whole lot better. I mean, I'm not down in the powder because I'm the powder girl. But hey, we all learn upgrades, and that's an upgrade. Okay, so I'm going to put that in here. So I need some sweet pickle relish, and they say the sweet pickle relish, they want a teaspoonful. I'm going to squeeze.
Okay, I'll give you.
I'm going to squeeze a teaspoonful in there. What's going on?
Can you let her know that we'll call her after the show to talk about how it's affecting her? She just had a third commercial, like while we were talking. So I don't know if interrupting. I don't know why she's getting so many back.
Okay, because I'm new, so it's from what I understand, this is an automated dynamic that YouTube is trying out. These commercials, so they'll be putting commercials, and then you can do an automatic, or you can decide, where the commercials are going to go. So because this is live, they get to do it, but once it's rewatched, then I can go in there and I can, put them where I want them to be. Commercials are how I get paid. That's how they get paid. Okay, the commercials are the sponsors. So watch a couple of them, skip a couple of them, do you. Okay, get a drink. I know y'all be tired of looking at me 24/7. You need a break. All right, so I put a little bit. They want a teaspoonful of the pickle relish in there. So if anybody missed that, I put about a half a teaspoon. So I'll put a little bit more in there because I'm not that fond of this particular relish. I should have had a beautiful assistant chop up some of those sweet jerkins for me. Okay, so I got to put the Cajun seasoning in there. I got to put my mustard. They want a 1/4 cup of mustard. Okay. Okay. This is why you make sure you shake up the store brand, because when I squeezed it, I got mustard water. So let me get that. Okay, I did the 1/4 cup. I followed those instructions. And the green onion. That's what I need. The green onion. Did you chop some of that up?
Yes, I did.
Okay, green onion, 3 tablespoonfuls, and my celery, which I'm using the dried. You can use fresh celery chopped up if you want to. Here it goes. Back here. And like I told you guys, when I do celery out of here, a lot of times they'll have bigger pieces, and because it's dried, of course, unless you're cooking it, to reanimate it. So I'll show you. unless you're cooking it to reanimate it, it may be a little hard in a cold mixture. But it also has little flakes. So what I do is I pull the flakes out, and the little hard pieces I'll get rid of. But it just kind of reanimates itself when it hits things that are wet or whatever. So that's what I'm doing.
I want to show how much you need.
Okay, it said 3 tablespoons. So let me get my celery in here, and I'm going to sprinkle my celery. And they said a half a cup of celery. You know, I'm not putting no half a cup in here. I'm just going to sprinkle about 3 sprinkles in here. Okay, which should be probably about a 1/4 cup, because that's enough. Because this is very concentrated. If you were doing regular celery, yeah, but this is very concentrated. I'm going to put my green onion in, and they are saying to put in 3 tablespoons. So I'm just going to put in a handful because I don't need all that. Okay, I don't think it's necessary. Okay, you also need to put the Cajun seasoning in. So we need to open that up. Let's see. Put that in here. And once I get what they say in here, then I'm going to start adding what I want. Okay, I'm just letting you know. So here we go again with these doggone tops. Trying to pull them off.
I didn't realize they were off.
Yeah, because this is new seasoning. I haven't used this stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, I got it.
Okay. Well, let me know if you need.
I haven't used this because it probably would have stayed like this for a long time because, like I said, I rarely use Cajun seasoning. But I'm trying to be traditional. Because they sell these on the street in New Orleans. They sell them on the street. They sell them in restaurants. So this is going to be the final kind of takeout thing that I promised you guys this month. We were going to do some homemade takeout. So I didn't want to do anything, like Burger King. We already did that. We did pretty much all the things we can name. So I said, let me try something else. And so this is what they have. When you go down to New Orleans, I guess Bourbon Street. I've never been, but I've seen stuff on television. And they have Mardi Gras, stuff like that. They have vendors that sell these on the street. And then they have restaurants everywhere. And this is something that is a popular sandwich. So I'm going to they're saying for the Cajun seasoning, 2 teaspoonfuls. I ain't going to go that hard because I'm putting a little bit of cayenne pepper in there. So I'm going to do a little sprinkle. Okay, I'm going to do 2 sprinkles. These things have big holes. Okay, so that's enough. Because mind you, I'm not cooking this. Now, if you put two teaspoonfuls of this in here, and if this is really hot because I haven't tasted it before, I usually use the Badia kind because I kind of know what the heat level is like. This, I've never tasted it, and I'm not tasting it now. So I'm going to go light. I know how to work with my cayenne pepper, so I'm just going to put just a light sprinkle of the cayenne in it.
Okay, so can I make a quick
yes.
comment on I just got my first ad. So when you skip it, it actually does put you back in the place of live.
Okay,
However,
we can't hear you. Okay, she's telling me about the first ad. So when you skip it, it does put you back in place.
Right. So yeah, it'll put you back in the place of wherever you left off of when you did I'm sorry.
So you don't miss anything.
Advertisement started. I had to sorry. When the advertisement started, wherever the live was, you will start back at that point.
Right. And I think, from what? Because I watch, like I said, I do YouTube University every morning before I go to work. So what I found with the ads, you'll get one that'll come on and it'll tell you, it'll be next in a few minutes or whatever. And you may get another one, but by the time you get another one, it tells you can skip it if you want to. So they don't force you to sit and watch 4 or 5 of them unless you just ain't quick enough to skip. You just skip it if it's not something interesting to you. Sometimes there are things that I want to see. So I will look at it, But like I said, that's how I get the money. So that's how I'm going to be able to stay on here. And that's how I'm going to be able to do this full time and that crazy for y'all every day. How about that? You could come home every day and spend your time with Casey. How about that? All right. So I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in here. It doesn't call for that, but that's how we do. So now it's time for me to put in what I like. So I put a little sprinkle of pepper, and I can't live my life without this no salt Sazon. Now, the reason why I went light with this Cajun seasoning, the other one I got is low salt that I normally get, the Badia one. I don't know about this. This has some salt in it, so I went real light. I'd rather, heat it up with my own things because I can make my own Cajun seasoning, and I'll probably put that recipe on the community tab. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little flyer. I'm gonna put it in a community tab, and that's what I'm gonna start doing. Put little things like, say, if y'all want to change something about it, for your dietary needs or whatever, I'm gonna start putting on a community tab, and maybe this will promote you to go over there. How about that? It'll promote those who have not subscribed to subscribe, so they can see those adaptations. Because for the vast majority of the things that I cook, it can be adapted to your needs. You don't have to give up flavor. You don't have to give up everything you want to eat. You just gotta tweak it a little. That's all. So I'm putting this in here, my little Sazon. I'm doing 2 or 3 little sprinkles. And of course, my Casey's blessing. And Casey's blessing, I can just make it rain because ain't no salt in here. It ain't nothing but some delicious spices. And it ain't gonna hurt nobody. So we're gonna do this and that. So, all right. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, let's make sure I got all what they said in here. Yep, and got all of that. All right, so now I am going to get me a little fork, and I think this will probably be enough to go on this. I may have to put some more in here because I'm just a lot of bread. That's some big sandwiches. But you got to put the sauce on both sides to get the effect. So let me get a little bit more. I'll put a little bit more mayo. I have to make a little bit more of this. I got enough seasoning, so I'll just put a little bit more mayo in here to stretch it out. Just like that. Because it would not be what you want it to be if, and I'm putting some garlic powder in here too.
I smell the flavors already. I don't know
how. Because I'm telling you, y'all think I'm playing. And I'm going to put a little bit of paprika in because this paprika is sweet paprika. I told you they got different kinds. The ones I used the other day was smoky. This is sweet. And it really does add a beautiful system. That's why she was saying, I think it was when I made that blackened catfish.
Yeah.
And she was like, how did you make it taste like it was good? It was the smoky paprika.
That's amazing. Really?
So don't think that paprika does not have a flavor. It has a flavor. They have different types of paprika. They got a Hungarian paprika. They have paprika from Italy. They have paprika from Mexico. All kinds. All kinds. So don't sleep. Okay, let me find something to do that. And of course, I just can't live. I have to put a little squirt of Splenda in here. Y'all ain't got to do that, okay? Because that relish was not that sweet. And they want a little sweetness in it, so I'm putting a little squirt.
I can still grind you up some of those gherkins.
Well, I already got it in here, so I'm just going to put a couple of squirts of Splenda in there. And y'all do that to taste, because it's supposed to have a sweet, savory, spicy type dynamic, I guess. I ain't never had this sauce before. I'm just telling you, okay? I know what the fish going to taste like. See me, I'm a plain girl. I would take this and I would take a little dipping cup because I'm trying to be good and not eat that big bread over there. And I will take this and I'll take a little dipping cup and break my fish up into little pieces and put it on the fork and dip it and just eat it like that. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. But them there and upstairs and everywhere, they're going for the gusto. So I got to make it good for them. I really do. So let's get me a little forky fork. I'm going to stir this up and see what it looks like, okay? Let's see. I think I may need a little bit more paprika. Because, see, the sauce is supposed to be a little pinkish. But because I wasn't trying to go that hard with that Cajun, I'm sorry. You know how we do. We don't do a whole lot of salt here. Because I know you guys, a lot of people are sensitive to that and people are afraid of sodium. And if you don't know how to regulate it, exactly. So, and I'm going to tell you, it's only problematic when you get that bag of chips like I got yesterday instead of eating the whole bag. Okay, when you eat 4 or 5, you're all right. See, I will tell y'all. See, like I said, I am pleasingly plump. Yes, I am. Okay, but trust and believe, my blood work is stellar. I don't have diabetes. I don't have any of those things that pleasingly plump people usually have. Okay, my cholesterol levels are great. I have levels like of 26-year-old. Yes, I do.
That's what she's 26.
I got Arthur in my back because I done had bad car accidents and I got spurs. Usually when you see me, I am in pain. I'm in pain all day, every day. I may not look like it. I'm a very good actress. Do you know I need an Academy Award? My body's screaming, help me, help me. Go somewhere and lay down. I don't have any artificial ingredients to make the pain go away. Know what makes the pain go away? This time I spend with you guys, the pain gets lessened. It really does. It gets lessened. You guys do so much for me. You really do. I want more family. I am so excited to know that I am going to be able to do this. And I'm hoping. I don't even hope. I'm putting it out there in the atmosphere. Okay. You're going to be seeing a lot of me because this is going to be my gig for real. Okay. And I know this because you people come here every single week. Every single week, you spend either this time or you spend all day with me. And you do not understand how y'all ain't gonna make me, get weepy, but I'm just saying it's I really am in amazement. I am in amazement, because hey, I'm just doing me. That's it. This is it all day long. So I you don't know how appreciative I am that you want to spend some time because I know people are busy. And Saturdays are really hard for people who work all week long. So to do this, yep.
You are appreciated.
You are very appreciated. So I'm gonna put a little more paprika in here because I want it to look a certain way. You know how I do, but I'm not gonna put all that salt in there. There you go. That's gonna look real nice. So it's gonna have a nice smoky, and it's nice and thick. And when I sit it in the fridge, did I get the top to this? No, you didn't give me the top to this.
I did make it.
No, you didn't give. Oh, yes, you did, okay. I'm sorry, you did. See, my counters are black, and so is the top. So, yeah. So I would suggest if you're going to make one of these, I want you to come over here and taste this, beautiful assistant. Tell me what you think before I put it in the refrigerator. I would suggest if you're going to make these sandwiches, make your sauce ahead of time because when you let it sit in the refrigerator and it chills, it thickens up even more. I can't stand runny stuff on my sandwiches. I don't like runny lettuce or tomato. Well, lettuce don't run, but I like my tomatoes to be firm enough when you cut them, they don't have all that juice coming out of them. It tastes. How does it taste?
It's interesting. I can see that being
on some fish.
It would taste good on fish. It's kind of like a smoky, a little bit spicy, not spicy like it burns your mouth, but like just a little bit of a. But
you can tell the spices there. Do you think you want more spice?
Flavored, it's perfect.
Okay, there you go.
I'll leave that just like that.
I'm gonna leave it just like. Now I'm gonna let y'all see what it look like. You see, and
good. I can't wait.
You see, it has just a light little tinge of the pinkness. You see the thickness of it. It's gonna get thicker. That's why I didn't use all of that cream. It's mostly mayo. So what this is a fancy smancy, spicy, I guess, tartary sauce mustard. Yeah, that's what I'm not mustard, mayo. I'm sorry. So technically what you could do, the quick way, let's show you the hack. Okay, this is the hack. Where's my stuff at? Where's it at? Okay. This stuff right here. Keep some of this on hand, the spicy mustard, mayonnaise, and add a couple of things in there, and you got the same stuff. Put some horseradish, a little bit of else. You see what I'm saying? What? Hey, Benjamin! Hi. You and your wife. Oh, you just got home from shopping? Oh, good. How's the weather out there? Did you thaw out finally? Because I know you was going through it. Tell your wife I said hello. Okay, let me put this back in here. So yeah, that's a good hack, y'all. Because I'm always trying to make it easy peasy for you. So I whipped this on up. Let me get this all out of here. Rinse this off. And let me get this in the refrigerator. And so it can be sitting in there, maxing and relaxing while we fry this fish. Goodness. Shoot, you got sunglasses on then where you at, huh? You said it's in the 60s, and I'm not being funny because I'm telling you, last week it was in the 60s here, and I got in my car to go pick my husband up from the train station, and I wasn't prepared, and I got in it, and it was such a glare. The sun was shining so bright. So literally, and I'm short. So when I sit in the car, the visor's way up here. It doesn't really block me. So I usually will have my little sunglasses when I wasn't prepared for that kind of sun. Then here we go. Fast forward a few days after that, it was 31 degrees. Woo, go figure. All right, so let me get this in the fridge. Okay, and I'm going to take this. What is this? Oh, that is that. That's not that. That's not that. No, it isn't that. It's not that. What is that? Right? I'm gonna take the fish. I'm gonna take this fish out, y'all. Now let me show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all. This is a good buy. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a very good buy. I don't know if everyone has a Wegmans grocery store. If you do, you probably want to stop in there, or either where else did I say? Sam's Club or Costco. Okay, so I want to show you. All of this fish is supposed to be a family pack. I think. How many pieces is in this thing? You think?
It's like 6.
No, it's more than that here. This is
big pieces. 6 or 7.
This is like 6 or 7 big pieces of tilapia in here, and I paid $13. It says 16, but I only paid $13 for that. Fully filleted, no bones, fresh, everything, and it comes in fresh every day. And this is at my Wegmans, so I got 2 of these because that was a good buy. So I'll freeze this. I don't even know if I'm gonna cook. You see all this fish? I don't know if I'm gonna cook all this fish because I'm gonna eat it. My older son maybe eat some, but the little ones, the younger ones, not the little ones, the younger ones, if it ain't a chicken, they don't want to eat it. So let me put this back. I thought I'd just hit you up with that. But I know I've seen, if you want to do, I get really good catfish from Costco's. They have really fresh catfish, and they give you a nice amount if you want to use catfish. And I'm really funny about catfish. Sometimes they get you catfish and it's really big and thick, and I don't like that. It's nice and thin like that tilapia is. It's cleaned well. It's fresh. It smells like the sea, and then I'm good with it. Okay, y'all know I'm picky. Y'all know this. I don't even know. We don't even have to discuss it. You know how I am. Okay, so you want to make sure that your fish is dry, completely dry. And you say, why is that? Because it fries better when it's completely dry. And that's what you want to do. So, because this has been sitting in the fridge in this freezer bag, I'm sure I'm going to have to dry it out a little bit more because of the condensation. Let me get some of this stuff back in the fridge, and then we'll work on this fish. Okay. You know what I'm going to do one day? I'm going to let you guys see the chaos that goes on here before I say, good morning. Welcome to Weekend. I'll let you see that. Ooh, boy. It's a hot mess. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to film me cooking, like the part of the cooking segment, because I told you guys I'm going to start showing myself. So I think I'm going to try to film a video while we're doing a live, but I'll edit. Well, beautiful assistant will edit like a lot of the talking and stuff that we have out and just show me doing the food. So you're going to see, it's going to be hot. Don't y'all laugh. You better don't laugh. Don't laugh. I'm serious. So I'm only going to let y'all see this because y'all my family. Okay, let me get this. This needs to go back. Everything that's needs to be refrigerated. Okay. And Lois, if you're listening to this or you see this, I want to let you know that I followed in your footsteps and I went out and bought some avocado oil. I've been doing stir fries, y'all, for the last week. Cooking it myself. I was very successful. I made some delicious sesame chicken. I made a delicious beef and broccoli. I'm feeling that stir frying thing. I got a traditional wok. Let me see. I'm going to show y'all my wok. Just a second. So, look at this, y'all. This thing this is a real, I was going to get the wok that goes to my new pot set, but I decided to get a real wok, which was cheaper, but this is work. This right here is seasoned already, which means that they've oiled it and all that stuff when it comes. But then you have to wash it, but you have to wash it with no soap, with just water, warm water. And then you have to oil it again with a paper towel. And they say use sunflower oil, but I use canola oil because I ain't had that. Okay. And we washed it and we rub the oil into it like it's a person. And then you cook in it. And this thing right here, see, this is how a wok looks. You see the shape, if you don't know, In this area here is where pretty much all your oil and stuff, and you only use a little bit of oil. So if you're trying to avoid a lot of oil and stuff, tablespoon will do it. You put it in the middle. All your food kind of falls to the middle, and this is like your heat conductor right here. It's a beautiful thing. Trust me. It is. You feel so special. You feel like you know something. You feel like you're really a chef. I'm telling you, I made that beef and broccoli, and I use ribeye steak for that. People don't usually use that. I have to have my steak has to be tender. So I marinate. I got 4 ribeye steaks. I had beautiful system to slice them up. And then we put meat tenderizer on and let it sit there for about 2 or 3 hours or something, maybe about 2 or 3 hours. And then we seasoned it and we began the stir frying. You put the meat in first, you take that out. We did our veggies, we took that out. I made a sauce to go with it. You put that in once all the things are ready and you toss it. And let me show you the utensils that I had with it. When I tell you this is authentic, I'm not trying to play. But the key is, when you finish cooking, you need to take your food out of it right away because it needs to be wiped out with the warm water and oiled. And then you have to make sure it's fully dry and you store it upside down. Why? I don't know. But if you don't, it can rust and you want to make sure it's dry. These are the utensils. So when I tell you this is like being in an Asian restaurant, you can't tell me nothing. Okay. Because I know what I am never, ever. And you can make a stir fry in anything. Check this out. You see these? How cute is this? Look at this. These are steel. That's carbon. You can use these in that. That stays non-stick as long as you keep it. You take care of it the way that it's supposed to be taken care of. This does not take the coating off. You're sitting up there doing this and flipping in. Wow, it was so. I'm gonna do a stir fry and show you guys. Man, I'm gonna do me a shrimp stir fry. I think for tomorrow because that's what I've been doing. I've been stir frying my meats and just eating it that with some vegetables. Now, when I had the beef and broccoli, I did make jasmine rice for them. I had a teaspoonful of jasmine rice and more protein, so that's what I did, and it was delicious. I dropped this. So let me get this back in here. But if you're looking for something like this and you're a little intimidated thinking you can't, honey, it's no special technique. You just follow the instructions. You do what you do. Don't overheat it. You know what I'm saying? And follow and do what they say about the care. This cost me $33 on Amazon. Now, the one that goes to my pot set was $100 and it didn't even look like a real wok to me, and that's why I didn't buy it. So it's a really good thing. I had to share that with y'all because I was so excited. I've been eating stir fries every day. So, and it has a lid. How cute is this? And it has a spout. Where's the spout at? The spout is here. So if you want to drain juices or oils or anything, which is really none left once you do this, because you use very little. So that's why I have the avocado oil for my stir fry. And you know what? It ain't half bad, but that stuff is expensive as heck. That thing was like $16. And let me show you that bottle. I know I'm digressing, but it's like I have to share things with y'all because I don't get to see you but once a week. So I gotta share this stuff. So I need to find somewhere to go and get this a little cheaper. So if anybody has any suggestions of maybe Costco, something like this, I got this stuff. It's called Chosen Foods. This was the cheapest one. This cost me $16.
They don't make them smaller?
No. And they don't make them less expensive either. This was the cheapest one. It's $16. So, I'm using this. But see, when you're doing stir fry, I wouldn't fry my fish. I would fry some fish for me in a small scale because I don't use that much oil. But for stir fries and stuff like that, and maybe little salads or something, this is going to last me a long time. We're going to love this for a long time, y'all. Just letting you know. Okay, them prices. Okay, so thank you, Lois, because avocados has never been my thing. But ever since I made that guacamole for the Chipotle and it came out so good, I figured, hey, I'll give it a shot.
The longer it's that, the better it tastes.
Okay, let me get these little green onions in here. We'll just stick them right there. Okay, so now I'm going to dry this fish off so we can get to frying. Now, get this.
Does olive oil make a difference? Not olive oil, I'm sorry. Avocado oil fried fish harder?
It doesn't fry it harder. It's just it can withstand higher heat than olive oil, and it's well, they say avocado is really not a seed. I don't know. Is it? I think they say it's a fruit. So it's not a seed oil. It's supposed to be healthier for you, on the line of like not spiking your insulin levels and stuff like that, and the way it metabolizes in your system. What I was reading. So a lot of people use that. People use coconut oil. Yeah, they do. They cook with that. So. And you would say, wow, that got a lot of fat in it. But you got to understand, your body requires certain things like fats and complex carbohydrates, protein. We just overdo everything. Our portions are too big. We get too much of it. And our body begins to doesn't have anywhere to store it. It needs a certain amount of this stuff. And if you give it just what it needs, then you're not suffering from obesity. You're not suffering from high cholesterol. You're not suffering from high sodium levels and things like that. Our issue comes in, we have so many things, and especially with processed foods, we have so many items that contain these hidden things, and we don't read the labels. We don't look at anything like that. So then we end up with all of these different comorbidities or issues. You know what I'm saying? It's moderation. It is moderation. You don't get hypertension from eating one bag of chips. You get hypertension from eating the chips, the eating of that, the sodium in this, and all that, if you are predisposed to that. Okay, it's same thing with, obesity. Okay, hey, you doing too much. Now, some people have issues with hormonal issues and things like that, but you have to get blood work and check that. If you find that you are not losing, or whatever. Also, as you get older, your metabolism slows down. If you're a woman, you do carry a certain amount of extra fat because we bear children. Men can lose weight really quickly because they don't have that. But you got to get yourself checked before you start blaming yourself. Oh, well, I can't do this, so why bother? Get yourself checked. Hormones, metabolism is all connected to that. Maybe you have insulin resistance, so everything is not for everybody. I don't subscribe to, because they have a diet for everything and they want you to pay for this and pay for that app and pay. Let me tell you something. Sometimes you just need to read, go to your doctor, get some thorough blood work, and then try something. Try something for a week. Think about your portion control. You can do it. It's hard. It's this life is hard because if you're an emotional person, you're eating, you're not paying any attention. I'm gonna tell you, when you read, when you look at your phone, when you watch TV and you eat, you can't be intentional about what's going in your mouth. It's just unconscious. You know what I'm saying? And then your body gets to a point where it doesn't really know when it's hungry and when it's thirsty. I'll give you a perfect example. Yesterday, because like I said, I've been trying to eat pretty good the last few days. And I came in from dropping my husband off, and it was morning, and I hadn't eaten since maybe about 8 something that night. So probably should have been a little hungry. I thought I was hungry. And I went to get this protein shake that I was going to drink, which is pretty good. And I said to myself, let me drink some water. So I drank water instead. I was good until probably about 11 o'clock. This was like 5 in the morning. My body was thirsty. And I misconstrued it as hunger. So sometimes when you feel hungry, drink some water. If the hunger comes back, then you need to feed. But everything is about the headspace.
Drink your water first.
Yes, drink your water first, and that'll help you from overeating. All right, so I'm going to use these paper towels, what I have left here. And turn this over here just to make sure that my fish is dry. Okay, let's see. I'll use that last. I'm going to use the last bit of the tree, sister. Because I know you're sitting over here counting the towels.
Oh, no.
Okay, let me throw this away. All right. Let me get some more because I need to make sure that nothing gets on my counter. And I want to make sure there's enough of these to get all of the moisture out of this fish. And I know you're saying, well, wouldn't you want some moisture in here so the seasonings can set on it? No. because it will slow down. What it will do, it gets into the oil and it stops the frying dynamic. It becomes more of a boiling type thing. It won't fry well. So that's just a little tip. So let me get this in here. I don't know if I'm going to fry all this fish. I'm going to fry enough for each person to have a sandwich because there's a lot of fish. I may freeze this with the rest of that other one. Let's see. Look how big these are. You see how big these are? Really, you guys see how big these are? Huge. These are humongous. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, these are huge. That's 2. That's 3. Yeah, I may do. Wow, these things are really big. They're really big. So I'm wondering, You know what I'm thinking I'm going to do? I'm going to cut the thinner part off and put those in the freezer, cook them together, and I'm going to cook the thicker parts because that'll fit perfect on that bun, on that bread. What do you guys think?
Okay, so I guess leave a heart if you agree that that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Because then I'll have even cooking and it'll be pretty too.
A few hearts coming in.
Okay, so see, this is what I did. I took the thicker part right here and I'm going to fry all the thick parts up. Yeah. And then the little thinner parts will get fried. That way, even distribution and it looks cute.
Yeah, I'm about to say it'll look pretty on the bread.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm using my kitchen scissors. Honey, if you don't have kitchen scissors, invest in some utility scissors if they're cheaper at the dollar store. You just don't use them for anything but your food. It don't have to be no fancy kitchen scissors because it's just a pair of scissors. Okay? And you may pay more money for this than you do some utility scissors at the dollar store and it does the same thing. Okay? So let me just cut that down the middle and clip that little end off so everybody can be happy. Okay, so now let me get another one. I got my little pieces in here. Got my little pieces in here. You know what I miss about living in New York City? You can get, I don't know if you guys ever heard of porgy fish. Well, it's a fish. It's really good. I think it may be indicative to more northern waters or whatever I'm thinking. Because I can't find that down here. You know, we would eat a lot of porgies. My mother and them, they ate whiting. But porgies, they have this lovely flavor. They got bones in it, so you can't fillet it. But when you eat it, the whole rib cage just comes right off. So it's not small bones, it's big bones. You have one part of it because you will open it up and you will flatten it out. You cut it, and if one side has no bones and the other side has just the whole skeletal rib cage. But the flavor of that fish cannot be beat. If you ever can get a hold of one and you fry it, you will never want to eat on any other kind of fried food. Fried fish. It's really good. But I can't find that down where I live. So I just have to suck it up, Buttercup, and, you know, live this life without it.
Tilapia is pretty good.
Tilapia is good. Tilapia is a mild fish. You know, it's not a real robust flavor. My husband, you know, likes to fish every now and then. And he used to do more fishing when we were at home in New York. But he likes blackfish. Now, I've tasted blackfish. Blackfish tastes like a meat to me. It doesn't taste like a fish. I'm not really too fond of that taste. You know, fish to me needs to taste like a fish. You know, and that's just me. You know, but I guess if I cooked it a certain way, I think it would probably be better if you baked it. This blackfish stuff. So I'm just trimming this down a little, y'all. Because when I, you know, batter it and stuff, I want it to look a certain way. All right, so I got some nice pieces here. I think that would be enough for those sandwiches. I don't think I need more. And I'm going to put the rest of this in the freezer with the rest of that. Maybe I'll take this one little piece. I don't know. I think that'll be enough. Yeah, because I'm not trying to make humongous sandwiches. And let me just take this little piece here just in case somebody wants extra. Okay, so I trimmed that up. I'm going to take the rest of this. I'm going to put it back in this baggie. And then beautiful assistant will shrink. I don't know why I can't remember what that thing is. Vacuum seal it. I call it shrink wrap. Same difference.
It is.
Okay, so shrink wrap it. So I'm going to put this back in here. So now I got extra stuff to make another little tasty treat. So always find a way to do something extra. Okay, so let's get this in here. Let me toss this in the garbage. Wash my hands. Okay. Nice and clean. Like that. And all of the manipulation that I've done, that fish was pretty dry, even though it was inside that freezer bag in the refrigerator. So I think that I can just do a little bit of blotting just to make sure, because when I was handling it, it seemed as though it was not, wet. So that's a good thing. So let me put this here. Get this in the garbage. Okay. And I'm going to just put some paper towels on the top of here to make sure there's no extra fluid. Then I'm going to get my foil out and I'm going to season it, but I'm going to season my flour in a freezer bag. So what I'm doing now, I'm taking this and I'm just rolling it up so I can apply some pressure to make sure nothing comes out while I make up my flour, okay, and take out my foil. So if you're doing it like me, you can do this method. I don't think this is enough foil.
Is there any more?
Yeah. You can do it, with the freezer bag method. If you are, battering it and dipping it in egg and all this stuff, then of course you have your little stations. You have your little dipping pans and stuff. Child, I ain't got the kind of time. And I'm doing all that. So I think, this is it. Don't you hate it when your foil gets like this? What you gonna do with this?
Yeah.
Nope. You know what I'm gonna do with this? If I have a spoon or something like the spatula that I'm gonna use to flip this, I can lay this one aside. This is disposable, and I won't get grease on my counter. How about that? Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let me open up the other one. Okay, and be very careful. Because the thing about this foil stuff, if somebody dings it, if they drop it a little, whatever, and it gets a little bent, then your whole roll is difficult to peel. And I thought I bought this supposed to be heavy duty. No, this is everyday. I meant to buy the heavy duty. This is like paper. I could have got store brand for this because this is not heavy. Heavy duty is now like Reynolds wrap used to be the regular one. Now the heavy duty is like the regular Reynolds wrap. Heavy duty used to be so heavy until you couldn't even fold it.
Like having like a portable pan that you can make your.
Yeah, pretty much. But there have been plenty of times I've made pans out of foil. So you see what I'm saying? It's ripping already. This is like paper thin. Look at this. Look at this. You see how thin this is? I could have got the store brand and saved several dollars. And I think the next time I will if I get every day. But I'm going to be so honest. Every day I need to have some foil that is not this thin. Every day.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get a freezer bag out of here. I'll stick that over here. Let me put this on my counter, turn up the side so I don't get any seasoning all over my counter. Not a lot of seasoning. I'm hoping I don't get any on here, but if I get in some, it'll be a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to season my flour. And I'm going to go with the keto flour. Everybody needs to eat healthy. They're eating all that bread. We're going to do keto flour.
Okay. I'm good with that. It tastes good. Either way.
Yeah, it does taste good. It really does. Okay, so let me see. Put that in there. So for that, those pieces of fish is not a lot. Like I said, I'm not using a lot of flour. You just want to coat it. So I'm probably using maybe a cup of this flour. But this flour kind of pricey. So sis ain't trying to use it all up. I just want to coat it. Yeah, about a cup of it. And same thing. Like I said, depending on how much fish you're cooking or what you're going to do. If you're going to, use the double dip and batter and all that stuff like that.
Is that what you're planning on doing?
No, I'm not double dipping anything. I'm doing old fashioned like my grandma, my mama. Okay, they use cornmeal, but I'm using this flour. I'm seasoning my flour. I'm putting it on there. We're going to get in this skillet and fry it up. That's what we're going to do. All right, my hands are covered in flour. I think, and I do like fried foods from time to time, but I think I kind of avoid fried foods because I hate all the mess. The flour, and I try my best to find a way not for it to be like that. I may need a little bit more of this flour because I just realized those pieces of meat are big. So let's see. So, like I said, I'm going to season my flour. I'm not going to do a whole lot. But I'm definitely going to put my Casey's Blessing in here. Yes, I am. I am going to put a little paprika. You want to put paprika in this because flour is white and you want your fish to have a golden color. I'm going to put just a teensy bit of the cayenne pepper in here. I would normally put the Cajun seasoning, but like I said, I'm not sure about the salt. I've never tasted this particular brand, so I don't want to go there, okay, and put too much. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic powder in here, and I'm just doing a sprinkle like that. And that was more than what I wanted. These holes are so big on this thing. Okay, and what else will I do? Oh, some pepper. It's important to season this flour, I'm telling you. And I'm going to hit it with a little bit of Sazon. Just a little. Okay, because I'm also seasoning the fish. And they wanted me to put some hot sauce in that in that cream stuff remoulade, okay. But when beautiful sister said that it was spicy enough and it tasted good, I omitted it. You can put some hot sauce, and it's only a half a teaspoonful of hot sauce in there. So, they like stuff really, really spicy, New Orleans cuisine or whatever. I ain't trying to go there. But you can make it as spicy as you want because you can always taste it. Taste it first, and if you want to add more, do that. I did not use the hot sauce, even though it's not that hot. But I don't feel it's necessary because my beautiful assistant tasted it, and she knows it's good. It's good like that. So I think I'm going to put just a tad more flour in here, only because that fish is so big.
Now, hold on. Can I just give a little suggestion?
Sure.
If you just want to have that additional flavor, because we know that hot sauce tends to add a little flavor to the
You need some of that Frank
sprinkle. You can put the Frank sprinkle.
Exactly.
I was getting ready to say that.
If you want, she was saying, if you didn't hear her, if you wanted just some of that additional, and maybe I will do that, the additional flavor. Now, it can get hot too, so be careful because there's cayenne in it. Okay, but that Frank seasoning, the dried seasoning, you can sprinkle that in there if you want. Okay, so I put a little bit more flour in here, and I spilled seasoning on my stove, so let me get this off. Okay. And I'm going to stick a little bit more blessings in here because I want to make good and sure that this stuff is seasoned. Because I did put another quarter cup of flour in here. And see, especially when you're using this keto flour because this is wheat. So it's a little different, but the taste is delicious. And it does, and it will brown faster than the white flour will. So I just want to let you know. So you want to kind of regulate your heat. And, I think I'm going to hit this with a little bit of low sodium Lowry's too. Just because I haven't used that in a while. Why not? Okay, so now you take your flour, close your bag, and you kind of shake it up so you can get all of, the ingredients mixed up in here. Just like that. Don't put too much. I hope I got enough paprika. Don't put too much paprika in it because then it'll get really dark. And you got to realize your first batch is going to look a little different than your second batch. Your first batch with that fresh oil is going to be probably a little lighter colored, and that just happened. Put a little bit more paprika here. A little lighter color. Once your oil gets seasoned with the flour seasonings and stuff like that, then you want to be careful of your heat because your oil has already gotten really hot. So you might want to, you'll see, you might want to turn it down a little because it'll brown really fast and it may not be done. And you don't want it to be Cajun. And in that language, it ain't Cajun. It's your burnt.
That's the kind you don't want.
Okay, that's the kind of Cajun you do not want. So we have our fish. I'm going to take this off of here, unrolling my fish just like that. Okay, and my fish, and see, it did have a little bit of condensation, so it's good. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. It was good that I put it inside, rolled it up like this, and got the rest of that moisture out. Okay, so get the pieces, the Reese's Pieces over here, just like that there. Okay. All righty. Let me throw this away. And I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. All right, so now I'm going to season my fish. Oh, and I said I was going to show you. I forgot. It was a little bit just a little bit of condensation on that paper towel. It wasn't a lot. So it's dry enough now. I'm going to spray my favorite skillet with some cooking spray because she's had a lot of work in her life and she probably will not be totally non-stick anymore. But she's a good skillet for frying. So I'm going to spray her and get her prepared so I can get that canola oil in here. Now you can use any kind of oil that can stand high heat. Doesn't have to be canola, okay? I don't want to use all my avocado oil, so yeah, I'm using canola. We be all right. So let me wipe this because I still got stuff on the stove. I thought I got it all, but I guess I didn't. All right, so now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to start with my Casey's Blessing. Seasoning my fish. So I'm going to season it. You're going to do your seasoning. We know we season on both sides, y'all, right?
Right.
Okay, we don't ever season on one side. We season on both sides. So I'm getting this all on here, just like that. Okay, got some of that stuff there. I'm going to do my Sazon. Get that on there. But so you got to realize you want to hit this up, but you don't want to overdo because guess what? That mayonnaise, that's the deal. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic powder on here. And I don't usually do garlic powder on my fish, but since we're doing a Cajun thing, I'm going to do that. Okay, and I'm going to take a little bit of this Weber's because they say you're supposed to put this on here, but I'm going to do a small little bit of this Cajun seasoning. And it's pretty big. You know, it's pretty big pieces. Now, I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to see. And it's pretty big pieces. Okay, so I'll put a little bit of onion powder on here. Just like that. Just a little. And a little bit of pepper. We just lightly sprinkling this. This is not even measurement. You can't measure this because it's just a light sprinkle. And you see what I'm doing? I'm just lightly, just hitting it lightly, just like that. Now I'm going to turn it over and we're going to do the same thing again. Okay. Let's get it all flipped and flipped and flipped. So, blessings. Or whatever all-purpose seasoning you want to use. You don't even have to go like this. You can just use, salt, pepper if that's what you want to use. You can do that. Okay, let me put this back on here. Stick that over there. I'm gonna put the pepper on because it's closest to me. Doesn't matter what order you do it, just remember to do all the same seasonings on the other side. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of no salt, sazon. Like that. Okay, a little bit of onion powder. Just like that. Very light, very light. Okay, I'm going to do some little bit of garlic, just a teeny tiny. I'm going to be real careful with this. Here we go. I forgot the pepper. Excuse me. I be careful. I'm always taking deep breaths when the pepper's here. I don't know what my mind says to me during these times. Okay, I think that was everything I put on there. Make me honest if you think I forgot something, cause I may have. I don't think I did. I think I got everything on both sides. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna get me a couple of paper plates because I want to put this fish on in the bag so I can get the flour on it. Then I'm gonna lay it out here and let the air hit it, kind of dry it up a little. I'm gonna get my canola oil and I'm gonna start heating up my oil. Okay, well let me get the fish in. I think I can maybe get, how many I got here? Of course I got one odd man out, right? So I think I can do 4, maybe 3 in here. So ooh, 2, powder coming up in the face. 3. I'm gonna try 4. This little one. See, the little one is the odd man out. Okay, so that may be my taste test. That little one may be mine. Look at this. See, this is why I don't like flour. Look at me. I'm covered.
Oh, you can't really see it.
Yeah, I can see it. So
that's all I care about.
Get this off of my clothes. Okay. Now I didn't spill flour. It was the powder when I opened up the freezer bag. Right. The flour just kind of went, here I am. It's like, yeah, you're going to see me whether I want to be seen or not. So it's in here, y'all. So I'm simply just going to take this and shake it all up. I can visually see that everything is covered. Just like that. Okay. Yeah, and it's fully coated. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there because I need to turn my pot on so I can heat it up. I'm going to watch this, y'all, because y'all know how this stuff gets started smoking. We want to avoid the smoking. So I'm going to put this on a medium high. So just let it heat up. When this gets hot, and what I do is when I spray this pan, I let it get warm enough, and then I put the oil in. And I let the oil heat up. Okay. I find that it prevents sticking. Okay, so let me get this, just move this over. We're going to cover this up until we're ready to transfer it into the freezer bag. Okay, so let me get this over here. Get all this extra seasoning that kind of spilled out, kind of jumped out at us. Get that out of the way. Boy, a lot of seasoning jumped out at me. Okay.
You need some assistance?
No, I'm good. It's just little granules everywhere, and it's getting on my last nerve. So,
oh dear. Okay.
You know, I have to.
I know. I got you.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, y'all know. Yeah. Obviously, clean diva.
Hey.
Okay. You know, gotta do that. All right. Let me toss this. I think it may be time for me to put my oil in because. Let me see. Yep, getting hot. So now. I'm going to take my oil, and I'm not going to deep fry this. I am going to just kind of coat my pan, so probably just like that. So I'm doing probably about 2 cups of oil, and this pan is a 12-inch skillet. So what ends up happening, I'm going to try to let you see, okay, you see, you barely see the oil. It's just right at the bottom there. It's just enough.
So you're not submerging.
Right, I'm not submerging. If you want to deep fry it, be my guest. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm pan frying. That's what I'm doing. So I'm going to put my screen on top because I think I showed you guys how I do my oil test. And I said, get these from the dollar store for every pan. This will allow you to do Casey's heat test safely. Okay, safely. And if you don't want to do that, then hey, get a thermometer and stick it in there. Okay. I'm about saving a dime.
What do you want to do?
All right, so that's on an 8. I'm gonna bring this down and let it be about a 6 because I don't want it to smoke. I am going to get my spatula, if it's out. My little spatula. Why is the little one always missing?
Are we talking about wooden one or the plastic?
The little one, the little plastic one. Because I'm gonna have to flip. I need a plastic that, and I'm gonna need a fork, a metal fork. I'm gonna sit down for a minute because my back is humming, y'all. I've been having, I swear, this little spur in the base of my back has been talking to me lately, and I got to sit down for a moment so it can get back aligned. But I'll be all right, you know. So this coffee, beautiful assistant says to me, "Oh, Mom, you shouldn't sit your thing there too long because it's going to get, you know how, I don't know, some things like milk or whatever get like a little skin on it when it gets overheated. You know, this has cream in it." I'm like, it'll be fine. And I was right because it's fine.
Yeah, and I told her I believe her because this is the first time she got to drink her coffee.
You know, she always got to, you know, I tell you. Do you have children so they can tell you opposite of what you say? No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you can put that right there. Oh, and I need like one of them little dipping cups with a little bit of water in it.
Okay.
So I can try this oil. Okay. Let me move that back. All right, so it should be good. Let me I'm gonna take the fish out and put it on the plate. Okay. Yeah, we getting there. Let me turn this down maybe on a 5. Okay. Because I wanted to get hot, but I don't want to get hot before I finish doing what I'm doing. Okay, so let me take this off my stove. I'm gonna take this fish out. I'm trying to do it this way so that doggone flour will get on me. And then I'll show you what you see how nicely coated that is. I don't have any eggs on here. I don't have nothing. I don't find it necessary. I just want enough coating on my fish so my fish knows that it got some cover. But I still know that I got my fish. Okay, yeah. And that's just me. It's all about your preferences. I ain't telling nobody how to like their stuff. I'm just telling you my way. And if you want to taste the integrity of your meats and your fish, you will try this. It's totally up to you. If you like nothing but crust, then I'm going to fry you up some seasoned flour and save the money on the meat.
Hey.
Yeah, you know, why spend the money? You don't have to when all you eat is crust anyway.
Have some fish.
And flour is cheap. I was about to say cheap, but it ain't nothing cheap nowadays. I said cheaper. Okay, so it's totally up to you. Okay, so as you see, this is fully coated. You see?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to get this over here. Let me check this oil. I got a little bit of water. See, it's sizzling a little. So it's barely sizzling. It still needs to heat up a little more. When it gets to doing a real dance, pop to the pop, 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 then it's ready. Okay. Yeah, not quite. Almost though. Now what I do need, can you get me that grid, you know, that I use for the chicken?
Oh, yeah.
And put it inside one of the cookie sheets. Because I'm going to drain my fish on this and I'm going to show you. Well, I already had one of these. My husband buys all kinds of little doohickeys. But this is a really good thing to do when you are frying up chicken or you're frying fish so it doesn't lay in the oil after it's done. You know, usually Hey, my parents put it on a paper towel. Shoot, they may have put it on some paper bags. I don't know. Back in the day, I don't know how many paper towels we used, on a plate. But you still had it sitting in the oil. If you don't want it to sit in the oil and you want that crispness to exist, this is a good way to take your fried foods out and kind of lay them and drain them. And also you can use it when you're drying your fish too, or your fried food. You can put a little foil in there. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna take this up to 6 or 7 because it's getting there, but I need to get there faster. Okay. And it's starting to pop a little faster. So when it's not ready, you'll hear a couple like pop, pop. Have you ever popped popcorn in the microwave and they tell you when the popping sound starts to slow up, stop popping the popcorn, you will have some kernels in there that are not completely popped, but you won't have burnt popcorn. Hint, hint, family who thinks they got to pop every single corn kernel. I'm just saying. Okay. We're almost there. I don't know if you guys can hear it. You want to make sure it's hot enough. And what you don't want to do is crowd your pan. If you crowd your pan, what is going to happen is it's going to lower the temperature of the oil. You don't want that fish to sit in there and not be hot enough. You want it to be starting to brown, especially when you don't use, even when you use a lot of batter. You know what I'm saying? It needs to start browning immediately.
Yes, you don't get the mushy dough.
Right, you don't get that dough thing going on. Yeah, it's getting louder. Okay. But the loveliness about this is when we dropping this water on here, and some people will put flour in. I know you got to hear this because it's really, it's angry now. It's like, come on. So when your oil gets angry, now what beautiful sister did, she took a cookie sheet and she took this little grid here and she put it on. So I'll lay my fish on here. The oil will fall down through here away from the fish after I take it out. And it'll be on the foil, and I just fold the foil up, throw it away. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. Yep, it's ready. It's angry. Danger. It's angry, so I'm gonna put one piece in here and see what happens. We're gonna see what happens, y'all. Let me see how it reacts. Okay, it's doing a little sizzle. I think it could be hot on me. I'm gonna let that sizzle for a minute because I think it should go up, be a little hotter. But see, if it's not hot enough when you put your fish or your chicken in there, the batter will stick to the pan, the bottom of the pan, right away, because it's not hot enough. Okay, it's doing the sizzle. I think it's almost ready for a friend. And see, this oil is nice and fresh, not seasoned with anything. Yep, it's ready now. It's friends. It's saying, come on in here, friend. Yep. Got that. Be very careful when you drop it in there. Don't be afraid and then just release too fast. You want to just kind of lay it across. Now, I'm going to keep this open face like this. I'm going to let it cook for a minute or two at my medium high. I'm not going to let it stay there that long. I'm going to bring it down some because I don't want to burn my fish. Okay? So I will check it. You have to be mindful with this. Do not walk away. Okay? You want to pay attention to this because this is cooking rapidly now. Yes, it is. Doesn't take fish that long to cook, but you have to watch it. All right, so I'll save this. So I'm going to put my other fish inside the bag while I'm doing that. Okay. Put you in here. And look, I hit him on my cabinet. Yes, I did. And I got to clean that. Okay, let me get this off. Okay, there you go. All right. See, I smell it. So I'm gonna bring it down. I'm taking it down to 6.
So when you smell it, it's like
I smell it. I smell it. I know what the smell smells like, and it's starting to brown. When it lightly browns, I like to flip it. When it lightly browns, because I'm gonna flip it twice, and then I know that it's done on the inside. So that's been going probably about a minute or two.
Yeah.
On one side, it's lightly golden, and like I said, these pans tend to have sweet spots. They have some spots that are a little hotter than others. So I kind of rotate my fish or whatever I'm frying. Let me hurry because I don't want to not flip it in time because I want it to be a nice color. So let me not get obsessed and clean it up and mess up my fish. So let me take this, put this over here. Let's see what we got going on. See? Mm-hmm. And it's good I turned it down. Because see, there you go. Okay, so now I took my spatula. This is the technique I use. I take my spatula, I go under the fish, I put my fork on top as I'm turning, so I can gently turn it. Let me do the other one. See, there's one in the middle because it is a little thinner. It's going to brown quicker and cook quicker. So I put that in the middle. Now, this tends to have side hot spots, and the middle is kind of a hot spot too. So now that I've turned it, now this is just lightly brown. Okay, right now. Lightly brown. Not all the way, just lightly brown. You can still see the integrity of that fish in there. But when you eat this, you're going to taste that crust. You're going to taste the moistness of that fish. You'll see. Yeah. So I'm going to turn it back up to 7. So I brought it up just a little, not all the way up to the medium high, but because I noticed that my oil is slowing down.
Oh, that's not good.
Oil is slowing down. So, and like I say, you will learn as you cook this stuff. So I flipped it over. I did it about 1.5 minutes on the first side. Okay, at the higher heat. And then I looked at it, I lifted a little, and you wanted to see a little golden. You don't want it the dark golden tan. You want a little golden, just enough to know that flour or your coating has begun to cook. Do not turn it over before that coating has gotten like a little, is solidified. If it's still where you can lift it up with your spatula and you get flour on your spatula or whatever your coating is on it, then you need to let it sit a little bit more. And like I said, this is when you're pan frying. When you are deep frying, that's a different dynamic. You're immersing your stuff. And what happens is when it goes down, when it's cooked, it will float up to the top. And that's how you know when you're deep frying. When you're pan frying, it takes a little bit more attentiveness. But the results that you get, people wonder why when I fry chicken breast, they're not dry. Boneless skin is chicken breast. This is why. There's a technique to frying your chicken. When you fry whole pieces, you brown it uncovered. You brown it on one side, you brown it on the other. Then you put a lid on it and you let it cook through on the opposite side. And then you turn it. So you're going to do 2 turns. You're going to do the browning on both sides. Put your top on, let it steam through, take your top off, flip it. Put your top back on, let that outside get a little crunchy again, and then you let that steam through, take your top off and flip it. Your chicken's going to be done after that. You take the top off, okay, because you're allowing the steam in that pan to cook the insides of your meat. How do you know a chicken with bone is done? Because if you pierce that chicken, you don't see no blood coming out of it, and that those juices run clear, it's done. How do you know that? And I'm going to tell you, a chicken leg or a chicken wing, if you have your chicken leg and your thigh connected and you try to break it apart when you cook it and you're struggling, it ain't done yet. It's supposed to come apart without a fight. The same thing with your chicken wings. If you're pulling it apart and you're fighting with the joints, or if you bite into it and you pulling, it's kind of difficult to pull the meat away, you haven't cooked it long enough. I'm just letting you know. So you always want, and you can use a thermometer. Like I said, you go not all the way to the bone, but just through it. I think it's what it's like. It needs to be 150 when frying. I think it is
165 for
165 for poultry. So you stick that in and you can tell. Okay, I like for my food like that when I'm talking salmonella and stuff like that. It got to be well done. I don't want to burn it. I don't want to overcook it, but it does need to be well done. Okay, let me check. I'm gonna turn this fan on because that looks really cute. So what's happening now? It's browning on the other side. The oil is a little hotter, right? So it's browning faster. And I told you, as the oil gets seasoned, the oil begins to cook quicker. So let me check it out. See what it looks like. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to get this. I'm going to flip it one more time over here. Now, see, this color right here, that's what you're talking about. So that's another flip. I'm going back to the original side. I'm flipping it over very gently, flipping it again, gently, flipping it again, just like that. So I'm flipping it on that first side, y'all, so it can get its like nice brown color. Okay, I'm putting this back on. Okay, so let's take notes. With this fish, you did 1.5 minutes at first on a medium high heat. You wanted that oil to be hot. Then you turned it after 1.5 minutes, and it's not that deep golden. You put it on the other side, and I did that for probably about almost 2 minutes. Now you turn it down, but see, I'm gonna turn it down now because it's starting to smoke, so it's getting a little bit hot because the oil is getting older. And see, the oil has turned colors. It looks reddish now from the seasoning, so the oil is seasoned. You want to turn it down. So I turned it down at a 6 because that other side is slightly brown, so it doesn't have to stay for a whole 2 minutes or 1.5 minutes after I flipped it over. I'm just kind of crisping it now. Okay, so I'll be turning this in a couple of moments. I'll turn it for that last time on the side that I just exposed. Just let it I just want it to crisp a little. And then I'm going to remove it and put in the next few. And after that, I'm going to make those sandwiches up. That's what I'm going to do. And we're going to see what that tastes like.
Question: are you planning on like baking or broiling the?
I'm going to toast that bread a little, just slightly. Just slightly. Not a lot, the top part. Okay, let me take a look. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, y'all. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to take that other side. Let me see. Is that too soft? Oh, that's good. Okay. That looks great. Yes. Now, see this side closer to the wall there is it doesn't get as hot. So I'm going to take that one and put it over here and move his brother over here to that side because his brother is a little bit more crispy. But see, this is great right here. This is how I love my fish. It has a nice crisp to it, but it's so moist. It's so flaky. It's yeah. And like I said, that's some people want it where they're crunching on it is like rocks. That's your preference. This is mine. Okay. If you want it crispier, you're gonna put more batter. You're gonna fry it faster and longer. I am doing basically like a slow method fry. And let me get this back on here. So I can make sure that it's getting done, it's browning beautifully, and it's not going to be too hard. I cut it where it's even. The fish is kind of even, has an equilibrium. I told you, when food has an equilibrium in a skillet, it's going to cook evenly. So you're not going to have spots that are more done than others. Everything's going to be even. It's very important. I'm going to tell you, this is what Japanese cooking is about, and this is what I found out. They cut their stuff just so it can, cook evenly. Asian cooking, period. So you're like, okay, why does everything look just like that? It's a reason for that. It is. There's a reason for that. Now you can just throw yourself in there in your kind of way, and you're gonna get it in your kind of way in texture and stuff like that. But if you are intentional about how you prep your food, and it may take a few minutes more, or do like what my husband does here and gets all these gadgets, and you ain't gotta do that. You know, I'm old school. Everything is by hand. Okay, so this is at a 6. I'm gonna take it to a 7 because the oil is getting a little tame. And I want to get that last little crisp on that side. Now, for the one that I moved over, I'm going to flip that over one more time because, like I said, it's a little tender, little soft because it wasn't as hot on that side. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, right? I'm going to take this little itty bitty one out that I said I was going to use for the taste tester. Okay. I'm just going to put it on here, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let me get this back over here. These got a couple more minutes. Now, if you can see this piece of sliding all over the place because I didn't get to strain it. But you see what I'm saying? Do you see how golden that piece of fish is? This is that keto flour. Do you see what that fish looks like? You see crust, don't you? Okay. When it cools off a little, I'm gonna open it up and let you see what the inside looks like. Ain't dried out, nice and fluffy, nice crust on top, not too much. This is the keto flour, so you ain't getting all that carb. So I say do this. If you can get it to what you want, to taste the way you want it, and you ain't getting all of the bad stuff they say you have. But do you see? What do you think of this piece of fish? You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to put this over on the little strainer. And I'm going to check the others. I'm going to check his brothers. Okay, let me get this. Flip this. Yeah, I think you ready. I think you ready. Get you out. Drain a little bit. Put that on here. Oh, pretty, pretty. Yes. What you got going on here? Okay, get you out. Put you over here. Let's see what your brother got. I think your brother needs to come over here and get some heat wave a little, just a little teeny tiny bit, just for a second, while I shake the others up. Put them over here. See what I'm saying? Look at that. Can y'all see this from there?
Yeah.
You see these other pieces?
They look great.
Now tell me that don't look good. Okay. And you think about all the seasonings and stuff that's on this and the flakiness that it's going to be. Let me shake up my other buddies over here. Okay, get that out of here. You know, this little seasoning on this thing is driving me crazy. I'm going cuckoo for Cocoa Pops right here. But I gotta watch my fish because we don't want to mess up the process. Okay, now I'm gonna turn this down to a 6 and let it cool it just a minute because if I put it in right now, this other fish is gonna cook too fast. So I want to bring it down just a level because, like I told you, now this oil has been seasoned. Some of the remnants from the flour is in the bottom and it's seasoned. So those remnants are now going to go on. So I'm going to take it down to 5. They're now going to go on to your next pieces of fish and flour. And that's going to darken it faster. So you want to be careful with that if you want everything to look uniform. If you don't care, then hey, do you, boo? I care. You know I do. I'm all about the visual. So while I do this, shake this all up. I'm beginning to think maybe I should have cooked all that fish.
Okay, so.
Okay, let's see what we got going on here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to let it sit for a couple of seconds, open like this, but I'm going to cover it with a little light foil because I want to kind of retain the heat. Because you don't want cold fish sandwich. I know I don't. Okay, let me get this fully coated. And I probably could have used less flour, y'all. But you know what? I think I'm gonna put this in the fridge, and I may cook up some more of this fish because I'm thinking that my oldest son is gonna be loving this.
Did you already put it in the freezer?
I didn't put it in the freezer yet, so those pieces that I cut off of here, I think that I will cook them a little later for him, and yeah, because he likes this fish.
Yeah.
He likes it. The other ones, they won't give it a shot, but they don't know what they're missing. Okay, so I got that there. I'm going a little quick and messy, y'all, because I don't want my oil to get overheated. Let me get this off my hands. And then when I get this in, I'll wipe off my counter. Okay, so I'm going to try my little water method and see what's going on with this. See what it does. See how it's still angry, and I put it down on 5. Okay, so I'm going to put this in. This is perfect, just like this. I'm going to put this fish on here, in here, and start it up, and I'm going to watch it.
I'm sorry. The Catman said it looks good.
Why, thank you, Catman. It's going to be good, too. It's going to be delicious. Okay, so let me take this. Okay, it's on a 5, so this is on a low-high.
Motion detected at the front door.
Okay, let me get this in here. I'm going to put that one piece of fish in there, and at the low, I say the medium. At medium heat right now, it's frying. And I'm going to take this up just a bit. Make sure that it's fully coated. Just like that. Put it in. Okay, it's doing its thing. I'm going to take it up to a 6. So it can really start to doing its thing. And then I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit. Okay? All right. Yeah, I'm going to save this flour. That way, it won't go to waste. I'll cook some of the other fish so the kids can, well, so my other son can have it. Because I'm thinking that this is going to be a smash hit. And they're going to be looking for it.
Yeah. I can tell that's by the way it smells.
Yeah, it smells really good. Let me put this back in my pantry. See what I got going on here, trying to clean up. Let me make sure, because see, it gets hot really quick. I'm going to take it down again to 5. Because I want all my fish to be just as pretty as the first. So let me get this stuff up out here. I got to move this because this is where all that seasoning came off of these bottles, I guess. Get that all up. Because I need to have some space to be able to plate this puppy up, you know? Can't do that with all this mess everywhere. Let me move this over here. And then I got to get ready, y'all, because I didn't tell y'all about tonight's Love Rhythm recipe show. Oh, it's going to be on and popping. I am making some delicious pepper steak, and we're going to be talking about this topic. Okay, so broken relationships is the topic, and when neither partner wants to bounce first. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. It's going to be an interesting talk tonight. The food is going to be delicious. We're going to have us a nice drink, a mock drink to go with it. And we just going to sit and we're going to have some grown folks conversation. So I hope that y'all join me tonight because it's going to be a blast. As always, we have big fun. All right, so let me just wipe this up. I'm going to take this flour and I'm going to stick it in the fridge. And you know, you can stick it in there. It's not going to clump up or anything because we're not leaving it in there for a long period of time. Now, I wouldn't tell you to save this flour if you're doing it for days and days and days. But because I'm getting ready to use it within the next hour or so, it'll be fine. Let me get that in here. Oh, I am so full of flour. All right, let me check. I want to see what this looks like on the other side, y'all. Okay, let's see. If you're doing, because see, right away, this hasn't even been in here that long. And that's what I'm saying about when your oil is already seasoned. This is already browned, but it's not done. And that's why you want to take this and you want to flip it. You want to watch that heat because you want your fish to get done, but you don't want all the extra brown flour from the other fish to get on top of this and look like it's really dark and it's not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take this up to 6 so it can do its thing. I don't want it to, like I said, I don't want it to get too dark. Okay, and I'm gonna put a little bit of foil on top of this fish so I can keep it kind of warm. Oh yeah, that's nice. And all of that oil has dropped to the bottom. So that's a wonderful thing. And I think I'm gonna stick it in the oven. It's nice and crispy. You want to taste this little piece of beautiful assistant and open it up and let them see how flaky that little piece, and that's a little flat piece. That's not a piece that's even big. I'm gonna put this foil over the top of that. That's it right there. And break it open. Yeah, break it open and let them see what I'm talking about.
It's pretty.
I'm gonna put the rest of this fish already cooked in the oven.
Oh yeah,
Just to keep it a little.
that's really
warm.
nice and tender. You see, it's really hot too, but the outside is nice and crispy. Oh, it's hot. Oh, but it's so delicious though. And I don't have to have the whole piece, but just taste it.
You can eat it.
It's very tender, very flaky, very
You
juicy.
show how flaky it was.
Yeah, I
when
broke
you
it
opened
open
up.
for 'em. Still has steam going on. It's nice and flavored, but it's not overly salted or anything.
What
It
about
has a
the
nice
crust?
crisp. I was about to say it has a nice crisp on the crust, but you can still taste fish. It tastes like fish with the enhancement of the crust instead of the crust being the main attraction.
Right, and so
And
you
I like
see,
that.
I'm sorry, like you guys see that white, and this is a thinner piece of the fish, but you see, break that apart and let them see how flaky that is. It's moist, it's flaky.
Put closer.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And you see that it has that coating, but the coating is not this thick and the fish that little. So you're still getting that integrity. I'm gonna tell you, try it like that sometimes. You're still gonna get that crunch. You're still gonna get that flavor of your coating, but you're gonna be telling that you're eating fish, you're eating shrimp, you're eating chicken, whatever it is that you're frying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very important. That's very important. So I'm gonna turn this around because I did tell you guys that I wanted to talk about meatless Mondays. So, what is a meatless Monday? Okay, like I said, it's a simple way of skipping meat once a week. It can save you time. It can save you money. It can say, and just, hey, some people just may want to experience eating something without meat. Okay, so I said Monday because Monday is like the hardest day for me to cook. It really is. So you can do it any day. So a small change with big benefits, okay, for your health, your wallet, and the planet. Okay, it's going to be flavorful because I'm going to tell you how to do that if we do something like that. Soulful and satisfying. Okay, it has some health perks because it gives your digestive system a break because your digestive system has to work harder to break down meats. It just does. Okay, it can help you lower your cholesterol just for that one day, improve your heart health, and vegetables contain fiber. Let me check my fish. One moment. Okay. All right. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, this is brown, and still the fish is not done yet. We're gonna flip it again. But see, this is the golden right here. But it gets golden quicker, like I said, when your fish oil or your oil is seasoned from the first batch. Okay, but we're gonna be mindful and intentional, and every single one of those pieces of fish gonna look like that loveliness you just saw, or better because they're nice and thick. So, as I was saying, If you're not big on vegetables, this is a good day to kind of get it in there, give you some good gut health, and is budget friendly. Meat can be very expensive. It sure can. I mean, even the smallest amount, okay, can be very expensive. But you have one day of the week where you don't use meat, and that can be anything. I've made black bean chili, which is the most delicious thing ever. No meat in it. It's just the black beans are seasoned up like you would do a chili, and you put it over some rice, and you put you some green onions and the sour cream and the cheese. Honey, you be like, meat, what? So that's one of them. Let's see what they say. And see, I just said chili, and that's what they said because that was one of my favorites. Uh, they stuff in bell peppers with rice and black beans. I've never had that, but if you season it the right way, it should taste good. Then using mushrooms. I know, sis, you don't like mushrooms, Teresa. You don't like anything like that. However, for those of us who do, you can put mushrooms in. They're saying roasted cauliflower tacos. Never had that. Give it a try because cauliflower pretty much takes on any flavor that you flavor. It's all about seasoning. Okay. Sweet potato and kale skillet. Don't know what that is. You know, mac and cheese with a little bit of vegetables in it. I've seen that before. So, like I said, you know, using beans, and a lot of people use tofu. Because I'm not that progressed at that point, I probably would. I've tried using tofu and stuff. It just doesn't do it for me. Okay, but people do that. Okay, but what I'm saying, like with the vegetable lasagna, and I probably will make that one day because I'm gonna have to call my sister and remember what she put all in it. And it was very good. It was very good. I really did not miss the meat. And like I said, if you are trying to make things different, make it fun, save a little bit of money, hey, why not? It's not going to kill you to have one day, and you may graduate to 2 days. You may like it so much that you may go all the way and eat meat once a week and put some of that extra money in your pocket. Hey, you never know. Let me check my fish. Okay. And see, you can tell when your fish is getting done because as you flip, you will see sometimes your fish starts to open up a little, crack a little at the top, and reveal the inside, and that's when you can see the flakiness. When your fish is flaky, then it is done or almost done. When fish is still congealed and when fish has not turned opaque, when your fish is done, it usually is completely white. But it can be overcooked at completely white too. You want it to be white, and when you take it apart, it's flaky and not dry. So that is what we're trying to achieve here. I got my other fish.
I'm sorry. Teresa had responded. She said, I decided to take mushrooms, onions, bell peppers, sort of puree.
I see, and that's what I was going to say. Yeah, like the kids do. And you get the flavor, but you don't have to get the texture, you know?
And she said she had 6 commercials.
Okay, you count my commercials. I hope that's making me sick some money.
I do too, right? I'm like, when that counter's time for you.
Okay, so look at this. Take this out. Because I'll be ready to get this other fish out soon. See, yeah, this is keeping it nice and warm. Oh, yes, it's keeping it warm, but it's not drying it out. And that's not what I want. I do not want it to be dried out at all. This will be ready to pull in about 2 minutes. So, that be the case, I'm going to see what I can do with this bread. I think I'm going to cut it where it's not so, but this is not really that thick. It's not like hard.
No.
You know, so I may not do anything with that other than toast it. We'll see. We shall see.
That fish is delicious.
Okay, so let me just wipe up a little because there's a little bit of grease on the stove. Just like that. I'm going to tell you. Now, this is the home cooking story, of course, going back to my childhood, y'all. So, every Saturday, my father would go to a place in Brooklyn. We used to live in Brooklyn when I was younger, and Brooklyn, New York. and he would go down to Belmont Avenue. Well, Belmont Avenue had all of these great fish markets where fresh fish would come in and stuff. He would go down there early Saturday morning when they opened up. My father was famous. He always wanted to be there when the doors open. He ain't like to be in a big crowd and late and all this stuff. So he'd be there when the doors open. In any case, he would get the porgies, which I like, and he would get the whiting, which my mom liked. And she would cook it up, and she'd make rice for him, and maybe make some homemade fries for us, and we'd have that for breakfast on Saturdays. And that would be every Saturday. Daddy would go down to Belmont Avenue and get this fresh fish. And I mean, you couldn't beat it. I can still taste it. I used to love the porgies. They would have to, of course, pick the meat off for me, make them have to do the work and stuff. I never cared for the whiting too much, but I always loved the porgies, and as I grew, and cooked myself or whatever, when we were in New York, I used to love the porgies. Well, my husband, it's a place called Coney Island. It's like a amusement park that's always there. I think it's open all the time. I don't think they ever close it. But it closes sometimes, but I think they have the arcade open. But it's been so many years. Coney Island's been around since 1800s. In any case, we would go out there, take the kids out, and they have a pier. And he was able to fish there. And they had these little itty bitty porgies. And the smaller ones taste even better. Okay, so I remember we went fishing there one day. That was the first time I ever got a sunburn. And I didn't know what the heck had happened to me. It was hurting too. But anyway, we stood out there on the pier, and he caught all these fish, and then you got to take them home. See, that's the thing about the whole fish. You got to scale them, and this is just a hot mess. But I learned a method. Let me check my fish. One more. I learned a method of scaling that didn't have the scales all over my kitchen. And what I did was I would take, the plastic bags from the grocery store. Let me put this over here, y'all. Let me just get this fish out. I want to concentrate on what I'm doing. Then I finish telling y'all what I'm talking about. Okay. Lift you over. There you go. I think this good. Now I want to put this back. I'm going to take this one and put this back because that's a little soft there in the middle. I want that to be a little more crispy. I'll put that right back in there. Let that cook. But the other one is fine. So anyway, the hack that I figured out, because my husband had bought, and he got it probably from the fish market, because we lived on the Lower East Side, okay, of Greenwich Village. We lived in Manhattan, when we were adults. And so he would go down to Chinatown and get the fish and stuff. But anyway, for this fish, we had brought it home, and he had caught it fresh and everything. Then you got to scale it. So when he'd gone to Chinatown to get the fish, they have this silver looking scaler thing that they scale, they scale the fish, get the scales off at the fish market. But we brought out, we fish for our own. So making a long story short, when you finish scaling that stuff, you got scales and you can't see them because they're so transparent. So they could be in your hair, they can be on the wall, because you just, So I decided to put the plastic bag and put the fish inside the plastic bag, and I would scale it in the bag. So all the scales would hit inside the bag and not be all over the place. So that is what I learned to do to scale the fish. But these little fish, and they were so little, but they were so good. Needless to say, they've gone back, times after that. Never was that lucky with the fishing. But that was a good memory because it brought back the memories of when I was a kid, in Brooklyn. My father used to do that, having that fresh fish every single Saturday. That was like a ritual, just, a little family ritual, and just brings back fond memories. And you'd make these little memories, they're not a lot, or whatever to some people, but you'd be surprised. The things that you remember from your childhood or back in the days that just kind of make you smile, and you can't replace that. Not at all. And that was that. Let me check this over here, make sure that it's not burning. Okay. So I'm going to turn this noisy thing off now because I just wanted to crisp up that side Because like I said, I'm cooking this really slower because I don't want to over brown it. And that felt a little bit soft to me. And I don't want soft or soggy. So let's get this over here so it can drain. Okay, same thing with this one. Get it over there so it can drain. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off the eye, put this over here so the stove can turn off and the heat gets down. And what I'm going to do with that oil, I'm going to cook those other pieces of fish because it's nice and seasoned. I will know not to overheat this oil because I know this oil is already seasoned. You know, it has the paprika, it has the Cajun flavor and stuff like that in it. So it's going to darken quicker. And so you just have to cook it a little slower, but you can reuse this oil. And then, you know, when you're done, you discard it. And that's that. And so you don't waste anything, you know, and you just get some more flavorful fish. So I'm wiping this off because I'm going to stick this bread in my oven. I'm going to toast it ever so lightly. I don't want it. See, they do everything hard. I don't want it that hard. I just want really to take the room temperature-ness off of it, really. And let's see. Just wipe this off like that. And if I give me a spot over here for the fish, so I can have a spot to do the bread. And then we're going to put the product together. And I'm going to have my peeps taste it. And they can say, like they always say, oh, it's so delicious. And I know y'all be like, yeah, right. They probably get off that television and they're like, oh, God, what did you cook this time? You know, how can it be delicious every time? Well, I am here to tell you.
It really is, though.
It's delicious each and every time. Every time. Every single time. It sure is. And I'm not just saying that because I cooked it, but listen. People say things like, oh, you put your foot in it. You cooked it like this. You cooked it like that. It's about being intentional. And it's about the love you do put in it. Now, anybody can slap something together. But when I cook, I think about all the different dynamics. I really do. I got all these different personalities up in here. And presentation is a lot. Flavor is a lot. You know, just all of those above. You know, and so these are the things I think about when I cook. And I've been successful thus far. I've been doing it since I was 11, and I'm 26 now. So, go figure. All right, so let's see what we can do with this bread. Let me get my fish over here. Oh, I didn't let you guys see. Sorry. So here you go. So this is the finished product of the fish. What do you guys think?
It looks fabulous.
Would you eat that?
Yes, I would.
All of the fish is the same color. So put that over here. Get this over here. Put my foil on it because I want to keep a little heat in there. Matter of fact, I'm going to put some more foil on because I really want to keep that heat in there until I can make up this, get the sandwiches together. Because you don't want the fish. The fish doesn't have to be piping hot because I don't want to cook my lettuce, but I don't want it to be ice cold either. And I don't want to have to heat it up, to take that crisp away. So let me put this on broil. I'm putting my oven on broil. Let me start that. Get that nice and heated. Move this over here. Let's see what kind of knife I'll use for you. I still haven't sharpened my knife, y'all. Ooh, maybe I should use that other knife. The big one down there.
Okay.
Yeah. The one I hardly ever pull out. Oh, foil. Okay, foil. Okay, get it out. All right. I'm going to get some foil. I'm just going to keep it out because I need to cut this up. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so I'm covering my fish up just to keep that heat circulating. I'm not trying to, and let's hope this knife is sharp enough, y'all, because I need to sharpen it. I got a sharpener right over there, and I forget every time. Because when I cook every day, I use certain things, and I don't deviate. I use more of my utensils and things that I have here when I'm cooking for you guys. But like I said, I'm really basic. So all the little things that, my husband has bought here, or I purchased here and there, for cooking and stuff. I pull that stuff out for y'all, because some people like those gadgets, but child, let me tell you something. I don't have time for all that stuff. I just want to get her done. All right, so I'm going to get my these are good too. These are really good. I don't know where I got these from. We had these long time, and we have like 4 or 5 of them that come in colors. And these are little cutting boards. Instead of me having to use my big one, you can stick them in a dishwasher. They're easy. You can keep them clean. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, sit them right on top of one of your counters.
And you have all different colors. So you can have one for your veggies, one for your meat. It's just convenient. Okay, let's see what we're going to do about this bread. See if it really is all that. They said it's French bread. Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this because they put cornmeal on the bottom when they're baking it, I guess to help it be crispy. And I'm just getting a little excess little cornmeal off of there because it's getting all over. I knew it was going to do it. Got all over my counter, and I was trying to avoid that when you take it out. So let me see. Let me see. I guess I'll do half because it's soft. It's not even crispy. It's not even crusty. It's really soft. So let me do half, and I'll do half here. Yeah, this bread is really soft. And this is freshly baked. I got this yesterday. So I'm going to cut it down, keep the middle, like that. Trying to be careful because this knife is not giving like I thought it was going to give. Well, I'm not going to say that. The bread is so soft. So the knife is doing this thing, but the bread is really soft. Okay. Which is really rare for this, bread like this, French bread like this. This is really soft, especially when it's freshly baked. And yeah, technically this is day-old bread. And I didn't refrigerate it. I left it out because I didn't want it to get too cold. And yeah, okay. So we're going to do this. Just cut that. I hate for the edges of my bread to be frayed. Okay, cut this. Now, mind you, they say use this French bread, and if you can't get it, get yourself some hoagie rolls. You can do that. Get yourself some hamburger, but the big hamburger buns. Do that. Whatever. You don't have to adhere to everything. Whatever you can get and whatever you can afford. Because bread, at the end of the day, is pretty much bread.
Thanks. So I'm going to taste like bread.
You could even use a Kaiser roll. So. And I'll stand by that. I know everybody, they have their preferences. Okay, so this has made a monumental mess, which I have to clean. So I'm going to get a paper plate, stack this bread up on here, get it off this cutting board, and clean it up a little so I can just lightly toast it. And then we're going to put this puppy together. Okay? All right. Ooh, child. I'm just trying to tidy up a little because this is my little working space over here, y'all. And I can't work when it's too messy. It doesn't work for me. I need to make it a little cleaner. Yes, I do. Okay, I'm gonna toss this in here and then I'm gonna show you, like I was telling you, when you get heavy duty foil, I like to save dishes if I can. Okay, so this is not heavy duty, so I will double it, but I just want to stick it in here quickly, just long enough for it to just toast a little on the top. Not long. I mean, when I say flash, flash. All right, so let's see. See how to do this. I'm going to take this like that, and then I'm going to double it. I wouldn't have to double it if it was really heavy duty, but I'm not, but it's not heavy. If it was really the original Reynolds wrap that used to be, not like the store brand. So I'm taking this and I'm going to fold the ends a little bit so I have something to grip and put that over here just like that and hope that it's all can fit in here. So I'm turning, if you see the bread, I'm turning the bread face up on both sides. Don't get your pieces mixed up. That's one thing. I'll remember not to do that. Okay? So I'll get this and that over here. Can I fit it all? Probably not. Let's see.
Can't hurt to try.
Okay, you here. I almost got all of it. Maybe I could. We're going to make this work, y'all, later for that. We're gonna put it on here. Hey, take a little bit of space over here. Just remember who you belong to. Okay, now I'm going to take this like that, turn it up. Bam, zoom. Instant foil pan. Okay, so let me open up my oven. Let me get a pot holder so I can pull out the rack. Like that, because I'm not going to try. You know, I'm a daredevil. Now, see, this you want to reinforce. And the reason why is because this is thin, and all this bread will fall right on the floor. Wow. So, and I don't have any more. So then we really would be eating white bread. Okay, so I'm going to stick this in here, and I'm literally going to stand here. I just wanted to get a little crisp. That is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to pull it out. While I do that, let me grab the sauce and the vegetables. I hope we got enough vegetables on here.
I know.
Yeah, we're going to probably need some more. Let me check this because I don't want it to brown. I just want it to get a little crispy. And can I not get this thing out of here?
What can't you get out?
My pot. It's my little bowl at the top.
Let me help.
I wedged it in here. I got it. You know how you get stuff in and can't get it out?
Yep.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, let me check this. There you go. Just that. Just like this. That's it. I don't even know if that was a minute. Was that a minute?
No. That was probably 30 seconds.
Okay, about 30 seconds. Just to take the heat off. Let me get this up here. It's not, got a nice little toast on it. It's not even brown. That's how nice the toast is. All right. Hopefully we have enough toppings. Otherwise, beautiful sister, you better be over here trying to get this right. Okay. Because I may be able to make two. It's not that many here. It's not that much topping. So we just have some white onion. Oh, we need the pickles. The dill pickles. Okay. White onion, tomato, and some shredded lettuce. See, that bread is pretty big. So I'm going to put these together. I'll show you how to do one. And it's a process, or it's very important to put your sandwiches together in the right way. Layering the flavors, not just throwing it together, because it's going to hit differently if you do. So let me get some plates. Okay. I'll get these plates out, and I'm going to put one together. Yeah, I need if you could cut like two whole pieces like that. I'm going to start with this. You might want to use that knife over here. See that?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to use.
You know, it goes first. But anyway, I'm gonna make one up, and let me remember the pieces I had. Let me make one up in front of y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about, and then I'll put it on the nice paper. Okay, so that's nice and toasted. Do I have my pickles? Where are they?
They're inside the pantry.
Okay, we don't have any in the fridge. No. Okay, so you get yourself some hamburger chip, some dill pickles like this. Okay, and oh, it came open. Isn't it lovely? So we bring this over here. I just like to eat these by themselves. I really do. Okay, so look at my bread. You see my bread? How nice is that? It's not browned, but it has, if you can hear that, give me some hearts. If you can hear that, I'm trying to let you hear. That's how it should sound after you do your light toasting. You don't want it to be crispy. You want it to just have a light little toast. Okay, so
I'm not sure how much to cut. So can you start with this?
let me see. Well, one thing about it, if you cut too much, your father will eat it. I'm going to put 2 pieces on each one.
Okay. So
Yeah, so that's good. That's probably enough. Okay, so I'm going to take this over here and could have these a little thinner. I could like a little bit, just a couple of more slices of onion, and we'll be okay. So we have our fixings. I'm going to try to do one here so you guys can be close and see it. Let me try to make some space over here. Okay, just like that. Get my papers over here. And my sauce. And a piece of fish. So the first thing you want to do is you want to sauce up your bun. Okay, let me move this thing out the way. Yeah, something's in my face. So now my sauce, I want y'all to see this sauce, right? Remember when I put it in there? Look how thick this sauce is. I can turn it this way. It's barely moving. That's how you want the sauce to be, and it smells fantastic. So you want to take your sauce, and I'm going to take a teaspoonful. That's good. I'm going to take a teaspoonful of this sauce, and I'm going to go on the bottom half of the bun, of the bread. This is the bottom half. I cut it in half. I'm going to take a teaspoonful of this sauce, and I'm going to put it on here just like that, and then I'm going to spread it across. And you could go as heavy or as light as you want. That's up to you. Okay. I want, when they take a bite of the sandwich, I want them to taste a bite of you get a bite of everything. That's really important to me. And I guess that's why I'm really funny about, like Subway sandwiches and stuff like that. Because if they don't make it right, I'm putting a little bit more because I don't want it. I want you to taste that. A lot of times when you get it, unless I sit there and direct them as to how I want them to put my sandwich together, you get more of something on one side of the sandwich and less on the other, So when you make the sandwich and everything is equally distributed, and I'm still putting more because I want to paint this. It's nice and thick, and I'm going to show y'all what it look like. Okay, you see this? You see this? Can you see? Wait, let me see. I know the color. Ooh, that's good. I can't tell if you can see it. The color. I don't know. Tell me if you can see this, beautiful assistant, because I really can't tell. No. It's kind of hard.
Right
okay, right here. Okay, right there. You see, that is what you want on the bottom. You want that same on the top, unless you just don't like a lot of sauce. Okay, but I think it's important because it's part of the dish. It's the whole part of the dish and the dynamic. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to do this on the top too. Just like that. And this has all this nice little vegetables in here, the green onions and all that good stuff like that there. Okay. And I'm going to put this on here just like that. Okay, get that nice and coated. And of course, some fell on my finger and I'm going to eat it. And it is very tasty. That's good. That's good. That's a good salad dressing. Oh, that's good. That's better than you want to make this. Don't go for tartar sauce. I'm telling you. That's good. I'm gonna enjoy dipping my fish in that. Okay, let me get something to wipe my hand. That is tasty. You definitely want to have enough on your bread. I'm gonna get the piece of fish to put on there. So we're gonna take your piece of fish, and let's see. Let's take this piece of fish. This looks nice. Look at that. Look at that beautiful piece of fish. You see that? Beautiful. So we're gonna take that beautiful piece of fish, and we're gonna put that on. And see, it was good I cut it because it fits perfectly on the bun.
I'm thinking that.
It fits perfectly on the bun. Now you don't have to do that, but that's how I roll. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my tomato. I'm going to take my piece of tomato, and I think I'll use the ones because she cut some in half too. So I'll do the little halves on this one. Okay, I'm going to take my little tomato. I'm going to put my tomatoes on here. If I didn't have halves, I would just put 2 holes on there. But I'm going to use these little halves that beautiful assistant cut up. And I'm going to put that on here. Okay. I'm going to get 3 halves on here. Okay, just like that. I'm going to put my tomato on first. And then I'm going to get my onions. Get a couple of onions on here. A few little onions on there. Yes, I am. Some nice onions going across there, just like that. And it's important. You want those flavors when you bite into the sandwich. And I think I'm going to put a little bit more sauce because I know they want to taste this sauce. I'm going to put a little dollop, and they don't suggest this, but I'm doing this because I like it. I'm putting another little dollop of the sauce right on top of the onion because I want it to be layered and taste good. Then I'm going to take some pickles. Some of these dill pickles. Shake off the juice. I'm going to put 3 dill pickles on this sandwich. You can put 4 if you want, if you like dill pickles. If you don't like dill pickles, don't put dill pickles. Okay. I'm going to put that on there just like this. Okay.
Lois said, good afternoon, Casey, beautiful assistant, family, friends. On the way to Chicago at rest stop, stop in to say, hit the like button and comment. Y'all look fabulous. Food looks tasty.
See ya. Have fun. Okay, now I'm taking my lettuce. Now you can do your lettuce. I like for my lettuce not to be falling out. So, I'm uniformly putting this on here, but you can pile it on. Do what you want. It's your house. It's your sandwich. Do you. I put that on the very top so it can be on the sauce so it can kind of have some stability. So when I turn it over. So now I got all these things. Now let's see if I can get it all together. So let me turn it over, turn it over, turn it over. Ooh, don't we have some toothpicks up there? Some cute toothpicks. I thought we had some cute toothpicks up there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a pretty thing right there. I think I'm gonna cut it and put the toothpicks in it, and then I'll let you see what I'm talking about. This is a big. No. We had some colorful toothpicks. You got some little short ones there. Okay, let's see. I just want to have something to hold. That's too big. Okay. I just need something to hold this while I cut it. Okay. You can pass me that knife. I want something. We can think we got some cute toothpicks up there.
Well, they're cute, but they don't have a little thing on them.
Okay, but they're cute. Okay, so we're gonna put the cute toothpicks and the little pieces of sandwich. Yeah. Brush. Oh yeah, those are fine. I guess no. What are these?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, give me the regular toothpick.
No,
I don't know what them things are. Okay, I'm just trying to hold together. Let me get that big knife over there. I'm gonna cut it in half and put it on the plate, y'all.
The one I use for the vegetables?
Yes. Okay, let me try them. Just trying to hold it down because it's so thick. I probably need another one of these long ones, to be totally honest, to hold it down.
That's what I figured.
I didn't know it was going to be this thick. This fish is so flaky and big. Okay, so I'm going to cut it down, see if I can get it cut. Okay, I may need another different. Oh, give me a little green knife because this, that'll go through. I want to make this neat. This is why I'm doing this. A little green in the sink. so I can display it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This looks really good. I'm anxious to taste it. And I'm not gonna eat the bread and stuff. I'm not. I have to be good because I want to eat some of that pepper steak tonight. So I'm getting my other sharp knife here, and yeah, that looks really cute. It's not dry.
Oh wait, I have more paper towel.
Okay, let me see. All right, so give me one of them plates. Let's see. I'm gonna cut this, put this in. Oh, there you go. Trying to be nice, trying to cut it with some precision, y'all. It's a lot here. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. You try that other side. The mother kids, yeah. Yeah. But see, you want to cut it where your sauce doesn't get all over the place, and it's bread. So I'm gonna cut it with that, and then I'm gonna cut it with this. Try to get down to the bottom because I'm trying to cut this on a paper plate, which I probably shouldn't have done. Should have cut it on a cutting board, but you're gonna get the gist of it. All right, so let's see. I'm trying to hold it together. All right, and my hands are getting messy. I need a paper towel because this is juicy. All right, so I'm gonna keep these toothpicks in it just like that. These are big, long skewer picks. Okay, but the point is, I want you to take a look at this. Okay, it is so hard to color. You see all the different layers, the fish, you have your sauce, you have your lettuce, your tomatoes, you have your white onions, your pickles. Now, who wants to be the first guinea pig?
Me?
Okay, she done took it, right? Let me go over here and make everybody else's stuff. Okay, they'll go over there, they pick it up, and then let them see, because the lighting is horrible for this color. Okay, let me get this. Let me get out the way. I'm gonna move this over here and make up everybody else's.
Okay. Who just came down? I thought I heard Corey. No, I thought I heard a little one. All right, so yeah, let's try to get it closer.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, what do y'all think of that?
That's a lot of stuff going on in there. Me. That's what Lois said. Sorry.
She said, "Be me on."
She said, me. You know what? You can get the next taste. We'll email you it.
We're gonna email it. We'll email it. Really?
Okay, I'm gonna take a bite. I like the bread.
You do?
I like the bread.
You like the bread?
I've never had what is it called? I've never had po' boy before. I like all the flavors together. I like the sweet, the smoky, a little bit of tangy, with a little bit of spicy. A lot of different textures together. You know what? You taste just the hint of fish, but the fish is such a meaty bite. It feels like you're eating a substantial sandwich. Like, it's really very tasty. Very tasty. Very delicious. It's very fresh. That's what it's giving me, like fresh, kind of like
fresh fish.
Spring. Like, we're getting ready to come into spring. This feels very cool. Yeah. This is a good sandwich. I would definitely get that again. Yeah, I would do that again.
Okay, so beautiful assistant is feeling it. Let me make one up for Corey. And see, put a nice little bit on here. Just like that. And then I'll make one up for husband. Since I did the first, let me get that up. She's over here in the corner eating, y'all. Okay, let me get a nice little piece right here. Okay, so what I want, I'm put a little tomato on here. I know you don't like tomatoes that much, but this will taste good with the tomato. Trust me. Okay.
I will trust your judgment. Okay,
we're gonna put some onions on here for you. Just like that. I'm gonna get some pickles. I know you like pickles. Get that on there. Okay. Just like that. Gonna get a little bit more of that sauce on here. Okay. So I got some more here. And then I'm gonna take some lettuce and I'm gonna put it on the bread. And I'm not gonna even cut this because it's not that big. I just wanted to cut it so they could see. And then, whew, oh, this is big. This one's huge. This is huge. This is really big, guys. Okay, I've got to wash my hands because I got sauce on me. Okay, so let me clean your plate up, Corey. Take a bite. Tell us what you think. And I know Corey's not a fish person. So if Corey likes this, then it's really a winner because he's not a fish person. He's had more fish since I've been sticking it in his face. You know, but he's not a fish person. So come on, Corey, get your thing. And Corey, now this is what it looked like, a full sandwich. Okay, here you go. Let us know what you think, Corey. Call your dad.
Paper towel.
Sure. Okay, did you bite in front of them?
Oh.
Yes, they want to know what you think. Come over here. Lord have mercy. Okay, I don't hear anything.
I gotta go in for another bite first. It's actually really good. I mean, I can tell it's fish, but it doesn't have like that, you know, that weird fishy smell or taste to it.
Right, because fresh fish is not supposed to have a smell. It's supposed to smell like the ocean. When it has a smell, then that's not good.
I'll say this much: it's very delicious. I like the sauce. It's like it's a little bit of heat to it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm.
Very tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you call him?
Yep.
Okay, let me get that for him. Get his little piece on here. Okay, just like that.
I'm not a fish person, but this right here, this is my approval right here. This is really good.
So, the Fish Po Boy gets Corey's approval. And I made it fish because Corey he can't eat shellfish. He's allergic. So, I will just tell you, as far as po' boys are concerned, you can use fish fillets. You can use shellfish. You can also use beef and ham. They make po' boys out of that also. But I'm doing the seafood today. So let me just get this on here for my husband. And get a few pickles on here. And then I'll dip my little piece of fish in this sauce. I knew I should have made more sauce.
I'm saying, yeah, you might want to do that. Because, yeah, that sauce was good.
I'll tell you, this could be a good salad dressing. To be totally
honest. It was.
Okay. And then I'm going to get the lettuce and put them on here.
Here comes Father.
Hey.
Okay. Okay. Turn that over. Just like that. And I'll cut yours. Yes. Okay,
Is that fish over there on the stove?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really big fish.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to be treating fish, so.
Okay. All right. So here you go. And this is for the daddy. There you go. His sandwich.
Oh, man.
Okay. You too, Lolo. You have a wonderful weekend.
Man, this look good. This look good.
Okay.
I think you've done it again, baby.
I think I gave. Oh, okay.
I think you've done it again.
All right. So let me just clean this up. I'm gonna get a little piece of this fish and I'm gonna put it in a dipping cup. The sauce in a dipping cup so I can taste it. Because I'm not trying to do all the breads and stuff, y'all. Trying to be good. And then I tell you what I think about that sauce on that fish, because I think it's going to be very, very tasty.
It is very, very good.
You like it?
Oh, man.
That is called a fish po' boy.
I like it.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Mm.
All right. You know I'm over here, y'all, trying to get this mess up here because this is driving me insane. And then I'm gonna taste that little piece. Because it's a hot mess. This is a hot mess from one side of this counter to the other. It sure is. Okay.
So just like everybody said, the bread is nice and soft, and it's just perfect match for this po' boy.
Yeah, it has the bread has a little crisp to it,
Oh boy.
but it's not overly crispy, which you get your crunch, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get me a little dipping cup and put a little bit of this stuff in here and taste a little bit of this. So I'm putting mine in a dipping cup, just like that. And I'm gonna get a piece of this fish and see what all the commotion is about, y'all.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Yeah, that's okay.
You can take our word for it.
I'm not taking anybody's word for anything. Okay, you left your food over here. Okay. All right, this is a nice piece right here.
Oh man, this is nice, baby. This is nice. Mm.
Nice little lunch.
Mm.
More dinner. Make yourself some fries. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get me a plate. All right. Now, I'll be the judge of this, y'all. Okay, y'all see my nice little piece of fish. Loving it. Okay. I need me a fork and a knife. Because I have to be proper, y'all. Give me a fork. Oh, that's a spoon. Fork. Knife. And taste.
You can get this with cheese.
Yeah, you can. Oh, and if you want to put cheese on it, you can.
Man.
You can. That's not traditional po' boy, but my husband is a secret mouse, so he has to have cheese on everything. I forgot. Okay, y'all. So let me just cut a little piece of this, and this is room temperature, and I'm gonna show you room temperature. This fish is still flaky. So y'all take a little bite there. I'll tell y'all mukbang y'all here lately, right? Okay. How they do it, y'all? See, do you want to see how good? Look at that. So I'm going to take this piece of fish and dip it in here. And I'm going to see. Okay, this is what it looked like.
And it's seasoned to perfection.
That sauce is the truth. Fish is good. I don't even miss it. Don't have the bread. It's good. The fish is very fresh tasting. It's seasoned good. It has just enough coating on it to know that it's fried, but it's not overpowering. It's giving just what I wanted to give. Let me get another piece just to be sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This fish is so moist. It is so. I'm not mad at it at all. I'm not mad at it. And see, I'm gonna eat my fish because I don't have all that bread and stuff. So that bread. I mean, that bread is a lot, But for people bread lovers, it has just the slightest bit of spice. Oh God. This is really good. If you don't like fish, you'll like this. For real. This is good. This is really good. Okay, y'all. Let me have my manners and swallow, then I'll talk.
It doesn't even like really give off like the feeling that you're eating fish. It tastes just like a chicken po' boy.
Oh, it is so good. Oh my God. That's finger licking, y'all. Anywho, if you like this live stream with the commercials and all, hit that like button. You know what you need to do. Okay. I would like for you guys to turn your notification bells on if you're already subscribed, because I said I'm gonna put some things inside the the community page, like alternative ways to do this. Because for those of you who don't want to use the keto flour, which, like I said, the keto flour is the key if you want to fry something every now and then. Okay, but you can just brown this, kind of like blacken it a little, and make the same po' boy without the breading. Yes, you can. So don't sleep on that community tab. Got some stuff in there. Okay, you got to put your notifications on so you know when it's going to be there. And you'll know when I'm coming back at you, which I'm normally here. If I'm not here, it's because I'm sleepy. Anyhow, I want you to leave some comments. Let me know what you want to see. Hey, this is your show too. For all of you who are new, please subscribe, so I can keep coming back at you. Because, honey, I got so much more to show you. Yes, I do. Okay? And as always, you know what I wish you. A little love, peace, and some great weekend eats. Y'all come on over to the Love Rhythm recipe tonight at 6 p.m. to get some of that good pepper steak and some of that good relationship tips. You're not going to regret it. I'm going to see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.